jamal le jang yo men be online ngal be konto atul men yalon ko alben jube kan ani men be nal ben jube kan anan la seku bora sutuno alhaji Essa Jawla sang hijitale yo gawo be kondonde mang lay nuy yen yep mang lay gerem ñun yep mang lay gerem mang lay santa yun yep bal be kontono mang lay jure ngame ka fe mang lay gerem mang lay gerem mang la nuy yen yep mang lay gerem yen yep dina lañ gereñ may santa bal be kontono analla oli imam law ba say nga imamu ya tambulle na broda say na broda nga fa nga imamu ya sayle imamu ya buka say bar say nga imamu ya sayle khaira kan horomo kan ngaci kan ngadi ni toma la di only toma nin dunia mu me ko no toma kiri ne bembul ando malla fi mo yen tola ko take adam bande mu di only toma ngamen soto o matelet gamianol natale nga kacha nenda hakilma yandimullah because we are the champions of illiterates. In fact, I am looking the position to be the minister of illiterates. And then I think President Barrow should provide a position or create a position that will represent the illiterates like Essa. And I want to be a minister of illiterates. Partage ko ikaw nya dile TikTok ngol ite ke ite lewe yalo TikTok account te mbulu barin ke ite lewe ka fanyo partage ala TikTok ngol le ka fanyo partage ala partage ko go munum partage ti ngani nin karo ke nabo ko nya ko partage wala malasia som fana ba fala le partage anyway, you know, let me be serious. Nata jana nga kachanding. Gambia alingang hakilotu. Yalong alinga kenyo ma ko ilate. Alinga lo nyoye. Gambia. You see, Nalia remember past months there are so many incidents of Mulke fanden julola ke fanfa. Many suicide le happened to Banko Kang few weeks ago. But it seems like we forget about that. There are so many suicides. Many alonko a suicide commit and nobody know the reason. Because we Gambians tell Katariale Kamuli George ning adamadu ya kumakanfo. Alin kana tariya ke George with emotions or with our differences. Nimul diam, let us listen to them. Maybe they might be suffering under some things that we don't know. Wale koyolu anin tolu fiuni wale mfatra surtout la Gambiano tariata mo George la. E kare nyi menfo faniala mo. Surtout la mennata nde Bob Keita is not my bread and butter. Let me tell you since the beginning. Bob is not my bread and butter, but I don't like injustice and I don't want to, judge the things so quick. Bobby's story means safe. Bobby's story is safe. Me yalonko is a very serious allegation, and he's an just private citizen like any other. Ntenga miracle, this should be a work of the journalists to investigate what the Bob said, whether it is true or not. For me, ntela miroto mafoko wala mutonyata memfo. But Adama Barrow ala record, ala past record, so niaju be Bob Keita menfo can be something true. Because Bob Keita lo atodum Adama Barrow nalbe ya remember. Adama Barrow le lota ko. Alota for the danjo a former URR chairman. Me yalon ko for the danjo atelemo URR la former area council chairman. Ni Adama Barrow le lota e openly ka fay ko nimma mirambe soronale. It's like Adama Barrow owned by the law. A president for that matter. A kabanku do threaten openly. And then amanki Adama nebegi. So what is special about when the Adama Bob say Keita fundita ko? Adama Barrow ya nenila akafai ko, if you don't careful, I will lock you up. This is not a first time for Adam Barrow to say something like this. So sometimes Gambian, we are so emotional and we are so judgmental, and we try to jump into the issues so quick to judge them. And we have to be very careful. Let us be one another's guide. Hanni ni mola kuoman lanyo kala kuoman de, no matter la political affiliation or whatsoever. Now is such kind of the serious allegation or for. Let us not quick to jump into the conclusion to tell the person that you are lying. And you know how many people in our society, they are dying slowly. They are dying slowly in a pain. Pain me yalonko, it can be healed. It can be healed. It's ijara nole. But because of they don't have trust on this society. Iman believe sort of society la, and they have no one to talk to them. There are so many people who are going in the pen privately in secret, but who can they tell, or who can they narrate their story to? Because our society is not to be trusted. Say ni mo be kuto say mo jolle be problemo kono Gambia kono, they are afraid to come out and say because of their background, because of their political status, because of the their financial status or the background. Ni aje konna mol ka mo kari afanfa adu nyin kunune nabota nyoka kari fele ay afande julola. We think that there are something me yalo ko isa afono setano lam. No, there are so many people are going through under so many serious pains, but they have nothing to, they have nowhere to sit, they have nowhere to complain, they have nowhere to trust, because we are so judgmental. Nimole kumo fo jannibe isujube. Bob Keita is just ordinary citizens. Nte amankena bread and butter mobe olone. I care less. I don't care about Bob Keita. But we also, because what niajem bedia mkanyin kuola thing. It can be today is Bob Keita, tomorrow it can be someone else. It can even be me. So what more many alonko, they are authorities. Surtout la fenti le palaciti ole. Ebe kujamale ke kamola. Mol buka hani kafo because of muneketa. If kafo le koninga for who will trust me, who will fight for my right? Because the people who should fight their right, those are the people they side with the people in the authority. Many aloko they are the perpetrators, but we see them as innocent. Adama Barrow lota le jamome lota ko ntete bola presida yala foni ngaje kari fata ntata la bade otom fonga confirm ka fata le wotumo ni murtanang nsina decide mbe bola position mo me yo fo woto ni mo lota kale ko kari en threaten la ko ni manke ko be lock up la because of those just share my opinion mbe ngalone nte I listen to the audio me yalon ko abe atata NPP la alliance le. I don't need to say the name. In a private conversation audio with one of their NPP will bemu ila kunu kumal letino. You can understand. In a private audio, the person is saying that, na brother can confirm, he can confirm that, Mark Jane, he can confirm that. The person is saying that Biratata Adam Barrow State House, and that person is a NPP alliance. They are alliance partners. Biratata State House, and in Adam Barrow face to face, I find a don't run for that time. And at the phone, confirm how pissed off Adama Barrow was when he told him that don't run for Tata. So mo me yalo ko president ya jareta ko belela fa kallo aka fa nyu mislime di ye ko ni idete jila nyi mansa yala foni fata ntate bade wotumo mo me yewo fo munatin nal bo doubt la ka fo ko mari le mo neni ka fa ko munatin ne ba fala kon te manyana rona Tata. Adama Barrow is very childish. But I personally, I will not deny what Bob Keita said, because this is not something new. And I meant for ala kumakaw nyin Adama Barrow la character le pasta, because amanka la folot. Adama Barrow lota la ko fode danjo ko, I will lock you up if I natare ko nimma mirano mbe lock up la. I offer when the people were standing there at the meeting ground. Adama Barrow ya die la meant for fode danjo. Why do you think that he cannot say that to he cannot tell that to the Bob Keita? Molika men for the timing. There is nothing wrong. Model beje, they have confidence to spew out the feeling that they are, the pain that they are going through. when they see any moment, any minute, any second where they can express their frustration, they will do that. So when Bob Keita think that this is the right time to express my frustration or the pain that I'm going through, I don't see anything wrong with that. When the people are coming to tell him that this is not the right time. When is the right time to express your problem or narrate your story? For the special time, you know, we have to stand by each other to protect the poor people, protect the innocent citizen from the abuse of our authorities. But it's like we poor people, we don't stand for each other. We like to side with the people in authority because of their political status or their political power or the position that they are holding. And this is what is killing so many people in our society secretly. Because Bob Keita molbe kumomen for kama the timing is wrong, the timing. I am not, for me, I personally, Bob Keita is not my bread and butter. And my political belief and his political belief is so different. But the thing is, this is not about the political issue. This is a threatening. The state president can treat an ordinary citizen like this. This should be a concern for all of us. Because I Bob Keita fundita ayafo be mol beba agenska is turned to be ala problem ma bakono the scarce situation, the dangerous situation he feel threatening. So pro akafuntina kahani kafo molye ni mola reaction okiranye. Do you think that another one else will come out and then our leaders will continue to do it because they have this inferiority complex that the people, whatever the poor people talk, and when they speak, people will believe in them because of their political status. Ni manya nakake. It doesn't matter different if whether he's a manipulative or whatsoever. But we have to one another's protectors. Alialo ne mo jolle benyim problem okono. Many aloko they feel especially the women. They were raped by alcalos, they were raped by imams, they were raped by the businessmen. But the people are suffering in the pen, in the cigarette pen. They are dying slowly. They are afraid to come out and speak because they are, the reaction of the public that make them to scare. What onemol fundina yela pen for before we will just jump and judge. Alingatani hakilola. Because today is Bob Keita, tomorrow it can be you. Tomorrow it can be me. President Barrow is a evil. President Barrow can say anything, whatever he wants, because he feels so insecure in this position. And after President Barrow nyantalon naloko, that position is Ama inherited from his elder. The presidency is nobody's parents' property. You don't inherit this position from your parents, neither from your grandparents. It is a Gambian property. But President Barrow, I don't know why did he think that anybody who is looking for that position, the person is his enemy. This is this society. Nimol be position to kamita ko position ni teli yo ketale ifa mala keta fe ni mote nyo sabala wala yemen kete babulu is your personal property, yemen kete keta ifa bulu is your personal property, but the state property doesn't belong to any individual. It's for all of us. We all have a right to be to seek that position because it is our democratic right, na constitutional right to seek that high position. But when people are in that position, they think that it is their personal properties or it is their inheritance position. Nobody else have right to seek that position. And this mentality, nyanta bondi lang kunu konon. Why President Barrow think that anybody tell him that you should not run for that time, that person is your enemy? To the position that ekabanku diuni inika diamu ike threaten. President Barrow le lota jang ako. Nin lawyer Usain Dabo no fatale. Atemena president ya bulala. Mo me ye for why should you be doubt ka for wole nyin kuma ka for? I think it is so difficult to say something like this in the public than what Bob Keita said. Ka for mo ko ila seamless ila parensol me eme kulu. Mo so for no mo mol daman ko for molien. But imagine as a proper Muslim grown up man, a state president, a state leader, Not only a state leader, but a father, a husband, can stand publicly. Dunia bebe la moy kay ka fo ko ning kari mam fa ngata la bade auto ngabona la bade auto nga confirm ko kari fatale woto mo le benanda position anda ma fo cigarette kono mo me yo kuma kan fo mo is an elderly statesman like lawyer Usenda fatale yamira ko be korla mun kuma la fala mo ko te allo da fo de danjo in the public ka fay ko I will lock you up. Another problem because of what? Political difference. Because I'm at a betrayal killer can join United Democratic can join NPP. One other Kabul problem. He always fighting the guys, telling the guys that I will lock you up. We have to come together, special like until poor people, because there are so many people who are saying Barrow is not my bread and butter, but you know what 𝒂𝒂𝒃𝒃 did, I don't believe him. You don't have to believe him. But it is a belief Bob Keita that does not make his narration as lies. You don't. It's not a force to believe on sober. It's not forced to believe, but it's not also a force to disbelieve the person. It is your right to tell that, okay, Bob Keita, what are you saying? I don't believe you. Fine. But that does not make his stories as lie. And telling you now, a few months back, how many people committed suicide in that country? Do you know how many? Do they launch any serious investigation what caused that suicide? People are going on the pain. People are going on the serious threat. People are going on the suppression. They are suffering inside them because they don't have anybody to explain what they are going through. They don't have trust the public to narrate their stories because they know the temperamental, judging of our people. That is the right. Nina mutonyati. Niaje mul be batari moka jekaita aya funding because problemo membaka masota ba fala me. Amalla mola safuno me. Tuba duja ngajele ko they have this social physical pitago or all those things. Near problemo so that you can go there. You can even sit before them and cry. Some people feel cry. Some people do cry. The problem will be they can spew it out. But the last society the problem will we suppress the people, suppress them until they committed suicide and let them we are the cause of this suicide. Because the way we handle the situations. Do you know how long Bob is going in this traumatization? How many of us, the president with his state resources, with his soldiers, securities, and then you are threatened by that president, how are you going to feel? You are not secure. So when some serious allegations like this come out, before we will jump into the conclusion, no matter your political difference or your personal difference with that person, we have to be careful how we are going to address or handle that situation. Because today is Bob Keita. When President Barrow did something like this, do you think who will have that mind to come out and speak about it? Ya jambela kul ngaji jan. Moli ya fuleja yere. Today they come to the commission and narrate their stories. And the people were crying. We were all angry. But the time Ya Jambe was there, when these people come out, they say they narrate their stories. How are we going to see them in the society? How are we going to treat them in the society? How can they have confidence to tell their situation to the public? Gambia, we have to change our way of attitude. To build a healthy society, the society have to trust one another. We have to be one another's keepers, because we are poor. Let us not judge based on the person, my difference with the person. Coming out from Bob Keita is not my bread and butter. I don't even, because the boy until a problem is at a different political party will be Gambia. Why can't he join there? It's his democratic right to have a political differences. But Nemo fundita such a allegation, okay, we have to be very careful how we are going to judge the person. This is very serious allegation. Imagine a state president come out, someone come out and say that the state president tell me personally that he want to lock me up. And all we can do, we just jump. The person is lying. The person is this. When someone else faces the same thing, do you think that that person will come out and narrate his stories? Because he is abari be silanale. Abe silanale. Alinga confidence bill. Promomen yaloko, they are going into the mental torture. They are going into the social psychological torture. They can't have this faith to come out and speak what they are going through. That will rescue so many lives in our environment. And all those people who attempt the suicide, how many did people even bother themselves to ask them, why are you trying to commit this suicide? People do commit suicide because they are under pressure and they don't have nowhere to express their frustration. They have nowhere to complain what they are going through. They have nowhere to trust where they can narrate their stories. And these people at the end, all they can do is to go and commit suicide because they don't have trust in the public. Eman trust in the family, eman trust in the society, eman trust in anything again. The only solution they have now is to end their own life. And we all will go, so many people, so many killings, so many. In last few months, how many people have committed suicide? And how many people attempt the suicide? Do you think that they just sit like this and think, I have to end my life? No. Because they are going serious. They are going into the, really serious pain. We have to be very careful, especially like Africa. More many alonko ye fensoto positional bebulo. Aliyalo ne nitata satolto mo jolle de sunkutindin jolle be satolo kono many alonko they were raped by the businessmen. They were raped by the so-called imams. They were raped by their own fathers, their own brothers. But they don't have you to come out and explain the narrative because who is gonna believe me? And those people will be in traumatization because they have nobody to trust to explain their story to. What would those people will think about after all that? To go and end their own life. We have to build this healthy society whereby every poor or whatever, regardless of your political background status, you will have trust on the society to go and narrate your story whereby you will not feel threatened. Bob Keita is not my bread and butter. But many folk because some as kenom body on as kenom mo kotelal. Nde mammo kotefo, but Adama Barrow is a evil. Momel lota misilmedin. Ime mire la kabrola. Ima mira sayabe mo belenyato. Innal mauta yatikum baghtatan. Alamanda wala kale innal mauta alladhi tafirruna minhum fa innahu mulaqikum. Alkeborin sayame no mabal mutalal. But moment kallo a lot openly. Akafo ko ninkari manfa. Ama ke fenkama for dunia position. Ama ke fenkama Adama Barrow is a evil. Adama Barrow think that this position is his father's inheritance. He inherited this position from his parent. Nine mu Adama Barrow la problem what? Adama Barrow my enemy sort of be membelo la kafaiko. Don't run for that time. He can say anything, he can do anything. Moment lota kenebata ko for the danjo meeting dula kaiko if I don't nemma mirambe lo kopla. What have for the danjo did? Because Fode Danjo don't want to betray like he did. I left Fode Danjo ebo Basela former area council chairman. A lot of meeting Dulalamu, Moli Beje, Alcalol Beje, a lot of Kafa Nimbe Mirambe Soronal. I won't surrender the call of Fatal Tamuluat. More may you okay. So what is something new for President to tell the same thing to Bob Keita? More may Lota Kafo Koyo Misilimo. Any many kuke kuno. Hanna mun different da dunteni wol tema e kallo wole ka fay ko na man fa e ko tete jila man sala foni yaje ko fata yeta la bade dula e bota la bade dula na yewo tumole bene asila wati jom ale bebo mo mel lota ya fo almamul tema ya fo alkalo tema ya fo pastol tema wo be korla ka fo mo in private conversation that I will lock you up. What is special about that? But this is not only about Adama Barrow and Bob Keita. It's generally in a society, this is what so many people are going under suppression. So many people are going through a lot of pain inside them. They are dying slowly. Some committing suicide because they feel that They don't have anybody to defend them. Because membe ke kambi ha Bob Keita mufani ulti de Adam Barola ko. But let us be very mindful. Koditio ni mfuaro. Alinga hakiloti tema de. Makamu tio ni mfuaro. Alal hakiloti tema de. Nimmo fundita nanga ko. Karle nyumfonya ala mari la posinata ko Bob Keita. I know Bob Keita will not come out and say that Essa Jawla threatening me. If it is Essa Jawla, as it are no police state, it are report keje. But police can call Essa Jawla. Nim Bob Tata police will even think that he is mad. And then ala only hope mujomaleti society, the majority, the electorate. Nimo lota ya the message is so timing. The yano Gambiano, I don't know, sometimes the way we think we have a very backward thinking. Modol beje they have the fit settle pour kela problemo me betaka trou akono ye funtina banda kafo. Modol beje man believe soto ko kela problemo explain jama akono. E be lafilale ko in the few or private conversations. But alinkana mul silandi society la to the extent that the cool belari kaita kenola ita fonola. Because muneketa mbenala lembe nenila. Mbenala lembe kela wulolti. Mbenala le so who sa intel baju belale intel kaju bele jomale mu jonti pour moli afok tonya mola munyi. But I come for instead nga wo konyi investigate. But mbe jump into the conclusion the person is lying. I have Bob Keita is for me, you know, I'm kind of bread and butter. But in Camira Nyame, Menketa Bob Keita, and President Baroya Fonte, who I will run to. Mbeborla Jomale Akanyitandala, because he's a statesman. He have a power, he have a resources, all the security, the Mansakunda Kafere Jamale Soto. Signing ku happen tala. Mo kilon lebene ba fula ko and then it's already late because no person was there to defend him. We have to stop this. Ntol fuaru le nyanta lola nyo koma. Ntol fuaru manya na nyo siland la promole na yela frustration was spilled out. Na kordal kono molbeje they are going through pain. They are dying slowly. Na satol kono molbeje they are dying slowly because they are feeling pain inside them. And they're dying slowly because they have no way to explain. They have no person to trust to tell them their stories. At the end, they will end up committing suicide. And we will be still as hey, inna lillahi inna ilayhi rajiun, inna lillahi inna ilayhi, hey, kari, nyamu salila balde, nyamu. But ala was salwa ya tankandi no leba, no. We have to believe this. Mental torture is real. Social torture, psychological torture is real. Let us not suppress the people. Na alinga health society bill so that people will come who are going through difficulty, they can come openly and express. Modol beje ni beta kan fe ko kono. Ni problemo membe insight ni dula so de ba fula dame ake friendly. Wala tina jaye social psychology sol soto. They are treating the people are going through treatment. Not medical treatment, but psychologically humanity treatment. There are people who need attention because they feel like they are not fit in the society. Imagine you get a brodalt. Bob Muila brodalt. President I will lock you up. How are you going to feel? Alinkana call George because of the political difference. Alinkana call George Walad. Kolata esaja he esaja lam yudi pilta fe fo baro ma fan yalam kolata ñi nek e mole kan he ñimu NPP leta fe fan yalam. At the end who to trust? At the end we are pushing our people to commit the suicide. In suicide men beke da Gambia in last few months back nobody question and nobody investigate what caused the suicide. Career fanfa, career fanfa. And all those people, many suicide commit. Do you think that they don't like to live? Nobody want to take your own life. It's only frustration, depression that will push you to take your own life. Because you feel that you have no place to complain. You have nobody to trust. Because how the society, when you explain your problem, how the society are going to handle it. Like Bob Keita. Political ambition. Let us not judge people based on their political affiliation. Let us not judge people based on our differences. Let us not judge people, especially when it comes in terms of the poor people. Bob is a poor man. You cannot compare him with president, a state president. Such allegation in a serious nation, they will launch the investigation into the issue. Because this is a serious allegation. But President Barrow, this is not first time. It's not something new. Kalo kafu moe kombe soronale. President Lota alaji konte janne. Akai ko I will make sure to make you poor. Alai konte nyim fala interview la jana molfinta. Hey, President Barrow manke mosi fati. President Barrow is an harmless person. President Barrow tokela. Where is Alaji Conte today? We let our people down because we don't want to be one another's helper. At the end, Alaji Conte was accused of money laundering. They frished all his account, and the next day they went to his place to ask him to join with NPP. Today they kill his business, and nobody was when he interview like who take him serious. Even his own party, United Democratic Party, only few members raised this concern. And what is happening today? Where is Alaji Conte today? How is his business going? How is his case going? They accuse him of money laundering. And before that, the president told him, come and join with my party. He refused. And he told him that I will make sure that you will become poor. And that's what happened today. Fuarul, alinganyo lo nyofe, alinkanaju be kari. Nabota party killing. Nteni kari manke party killing. We are all citizens. Let's look at the humanity face. But Gambiano kataria ko George la nyame. Ninkare personal problem also. Afela nyim from be pod lamba afla faniala. How do I know that? Wala kina hani kurano kona ko ninna fi ko natalika. Kuma sim fulo alkana, kuma sim kilo alkana George. Bobu ya talefo. Fine, you cannot say that he is lying. Adam Barola side of the story lam. Then the hakilmale na liya George. But Bob ya for like pamal jumpita fani ya for la nganyilone. Next time abe kelamena, the person will not have fit. The person will go on this because Bob be men kona be sila ona kona bi. Nim president ya da yelete. Ite lata mella inata ya for wole many nyante difella wol kafunde na ko mi wulolete. Who are they going to trust now? Are we building a health society? No. Hani dino kono. Nabila Yusuf Musole accused an innocent person. But mune akanandi tonya molu. Ninkumo fundita mene mu tonya molti wolbe tonya jelale. But ninga mol suppress. Ke silande ka fundina ebe taka menkono. Frustration o menkono, pain menkono, and they at the end they will end up committing suicide. And later nga say, hey, I don't carry nyim folede. Mbenna mo kendo let can down. Mbenna mo can be suppressed because of the greedy leaders, wicked people. Many aloko, they are rich. They can do whatever they want and they move. They walk freely. Gambia be wonyalebi. Aliyalon sunguti ninjole betaka frustration okono. Moli atrai kamor rape. Sunguti ndol betaka traumatization okono. But they have no fit because they don't trust the society. A society whereby you will explain your problem, you will narrate your story, they will just jump into the conclusion and say you are lying. That is very dangerous. And we shouldn't let that to happen. Ning Essa Jawla kumafo. Amanke between me and ordinary person, but a stakeholders in the society. That should be a concern for every citizen. Especially President Menkala Kafaleko, din Karimam Fa, Missing Kendo Fansoke. Olatinanko Gambia, you have a big problem. Gambia no ntemal telephone ladino, ado dino koloko al Muslim or Ahul Muslim. The Muslim is a brother to other fellow Muslims. But Gambia is not like that. We only defend our families, we defend our friends, we defend our as close associates. The rest for us is just nothing. That's why a lot of poor people are suffering under violation. People, many alonko businessmen violate them. State authorities violated their right, but they cannot come out and speak. They are going through the pain. because they have nowhere to complain their pain. They have nobody to explain their pain because nobody help them. Nobody will trust them. Because we create that environment. Let us create the healthy environment where every poor and rich will have a fit to explain your problem, what you are going through. But Gambia is a nation where so much hate is planted. Obankola feature Benyame is very dangerous. Wale yatinako, poor people will take the rich people will take advantage on poor people. The stakeholders, the authorities, many aloko they are in high authorities, they will take advantage on poor people because when the poor and the rich people come out, who will trust the poor people? The poor, you know, it's like the system self torturing the poor. The system is torturing the poor people. That's why we have this recent passage, so many suicide, so many attempted suicide in that country. Alinkana mol fundi do Caribbean fani alla. Men not a life threatening, especially stakeholders, ministers. Ni mol fundi na minister kare reble mol fuda he ngani karlon etena ade damba ibolo na nyadile. Foye mu musole ite surtout la keo. Gambia keo fon demalo muna problemot. Muso fundi na kare lafta reblale. Ye fundi na habe wuli yalla. Etele ebu musolet. Emu musolet ba. How do you know the person is lying? Womu seden ju reality. Say bob kedela nyin kumo felentiring abe skama solu men yalonko ino ebe tuluntana na flola. Gambia Adama Barona la mul mu criminal olet. This alnyabe nyi listo menna is a fake. Ndele ba fo kale jang. How many ministers, permanent secretaries allié tol nyin fenko bala nyi listo bala? Most of these properties were listed. Private individual many yesang ye listed in the name of the businessman like a jar oil. How many? And that ya jallo 48 properties, and some of this Land Cruiser ka soto jan jaman jan Land Cruiser a second hano costed more than 4,000 euros, and that ya jallo bought Land Cruiser $5,000 $5,000 a state property. But my biggest problem and my biggest concern why Gambia government let the 𝒂𝒂𝒏 and 𝒂𝒂𝒏 many aloko Senegalese lemu ibe ba kilin fa kilone kana ka Gambia la resources ka loot inside the Gambia kono. I don't know what is wrong with the Gambians. Gambia no nim patriotism temo sounding banko planet Mars. Gambia no banko kanota ko asondo mo kono. Senegalese 𝒂𝒂𝒏 Gambia la property sold kesang allo Gambia la property sold asset properties many alko ya jambele loot alienna million spend jane commission kunna to recover those assets. Now asset all natal katal ke wafi al ke wanter han natal le wanter Gambia no fama I have no problem, but the certain is na asset all property land properties ka wolta ke wafu kadim geni sirin gema kata atodu kalilu wage Gambia diun kendo Senegalese te sonna hanni mum million no yala muite Senegal inside Dakar kono kana ka wofu bankola offensive fal samman sakundabul. But why 𝒂𝒂𝒏 and 𝒂𝒂𝒏 are so into Gambia? Allah bankola important dulalto. Lumbe na betalla fenkol le buloko na ato foreigner le buloko na te access sur la jati le banku dun. You will be enslaved in your own country. Adama Barrow ni listo. It's a fake list. Munati na ko many found in solsang. Let me tell you, 727 cows, cattle. Ya jambela ni sol ninsi keme worwula muang ani worwula iko ya waf $8 million islela. That's meaning new 727 cow ya divided into $8 million each cattle ya waf dalasi will turning kilinela dalasi will turning kilo de saji o fonso la soko ninso dadi ma be 35,000 adadi man call for it, but even so fon men so that 35,000 na obekela ninsi ndi wonet So yenna nin so that's meaning Gambia la nin sol ye wafi me mamuna kine me tol keje. Altaje fo nin sol wafita men malbe to jela jele. These people, they are playing with our minds. They are playing with our intelligence. You know, at the next time what they will say, opposition will lebe koma because Gambian will dalta nyinela. Pruka kana mulma because munamu ye political kele can divide it. Ka hatred create ndambol tema say ni kuke kurial dorong many ko be lola ka woto nyanyim fasa ka bataro against the corruption e ka mune fenke oppositions are behind them e man dim kurun doli jeje men yalon ko fente kun kono wo fuara dim men fon yalon ko buka konto buka sima wolle ko kana wo criminal fasa men yalon ko wol diwni be sirin tubabu du nyol e diwon tada karawne laje ka kodo bondi gambele ka ki diwne tubabu ite ba strogul kay ba ma fon na sasa da ita sambano la leptano wo dim kurun si falle kana ko kanyim man sakunda defendle. What is wrong with the Gambians? What is wrong with us? Bankola na fulo more than Tayena, ila close members, ila close family members, enriching themselves. Some of them, they don't even have money to buy this thing. Yamuneke, they just take these vehicles and resell it, get their millions and give the chicken chunk back to the state. These are the people, many aloko today, they are NPP close associates. These are the people, many aloko pumping millions in NPP so that the NPP can remain in the power. We know who are they. Because they are enriching their entire generation through the state resources. But fuara diun be podin na janna hey man sakunda this government is transparent. This is all nonsense. Ali nyininka, why do they sell the one Land Cruiser for $5,000? Who with your right mind will you will sell Land Cruiser for 70 euro? Let's say that 80 euro. 80 euro. Hanata Land Cruiser, hanata spare parts all. Who with your right mind will sell the Land Cruiser? And they went to the extent that they sold, yeah, they even sold in Trokubali after $50,000. They sold those things with their close friends, to their close friends, close family members. They enriched themselves, creating millionaires within their families through the taxpayers' money. And the poor people, children, jumping at one place. Yeah, I'm NPP supporter. President Barrow is good person. You idiot. President Barrow kid is in the university getting better education. It's a volunteer in there. You know, college, ordinary college, your parent cannot pay it for you. What is wrong with the Gambians? Why are the government waiting, allowing Khalil Wage, a Senegalese, coming to our country, taking our resources inside our country? But in South Khalil Wage, any government come, that your properties will be going to cease. It doesn't matter which government, whether UDP government or any other government, when they come back, all of you are going to lose this property because you don't get it with the right way, in a right way. We know. Adama Barrow niaja abe silanding kaji abe lafirin kata tatamla tinyaro menketabulu wo tinyaro nya yamira ka abo dadanola. They loot state resources, more resources. They loot the state resources, empowering themselves with the state resources. Nga fake businessman, they don't have a butut. But in that, they don't have Adam Barola Masakuda with a contract dealer. Be a funky millionaire that are fendable. I always emphasize this. Every Gambian should ask yourself, where did NPP getting money to pay their constituency chairmen every month? Minimum, they are paying them $5,000. How many constituency in the Gambia? Every constituency chairman, NPP are paying them monthly salary. Where are they getting that money? Every chairman, regional chairman, NPP are paying them with the salaries. Where are they getting that money? Because NPP ibuka contribute. But the criminal many alonko, fake businessman many alonko, Adam Barrow enrich bankola na flola. So these are the people nyile mukafolti many alonko belori NPP komaduma. Ibenna kodo pompe kanje kodo mensunya state bulu. andi ba jelal ko with their ila yellow le be bonna bari ba make so le NPP ta siri wo banko ka because they are going to sell the city, buy the citizen. They have that resources. What resources from where? From you, I, and others, the poor people who are suffering in the hospitals. But fuara dewni be loring e ke fan wurin ya NPP ha dabo le beteng ha halifa salle le beteng al fuaro al bali fonal bokado moro dino ila mo dantambe siri bala fo malo jomal. Look at their, go after the list, you look at their name and which political party they are close to today. Ja oil nyabe belale fuarul al kaltelul al fanye al telul kal fan al right kele fali yamira ko any freedom in this world anata kensene nyaje mbe borta nan kana tubabu dum ben senna fanka solla mbe sulal be mbutele ba fala ni zippi malika anta e ba fala ya talina ta zippi tappi kunto ye fay moto maylo kono e koy katame hayya de sat ale dal fanka so kono men tamita wol nata italia le nabe ke pasta do motije ale bojare nga nga sukro dundi e jaman jam mbe wuri wuram fanye mbe yutalla fonna banko la mu jande una banko nga filti ñaare o mo sifale kanasi ba wala mo Adam Barrow is here to stay. Adam Barrow is here to stay. Adam Barrow is here to stay, but your mother will die. Adam Barrow is there to stay, but your children might die. Adam Barrow is here to stay, but it might turn your children in future to become a criminal or thieves because they are destroying their future. Man adamadi muje funding kyo men hammo doyata funding kyo me yalon ka kun soronta katambe me yalon ko people should every human being have a 5 common sense, but most of these NPP youth, most of them they have a 2.5 common sense, 2.5 5 common sense, 2.5 common sense. That's what they get. That's why in Kafoja Momo ite dimu beta ka university ka fo ko be NPP support ka bondid because hate kututela be kala sunete. Because associating yourself with NPP means you are automatically thief. Any youths, may yalon ko ite ko kada university, you know what is the dunia beta ka mune mu development de ko. Ite you are NPP, you are automatically a thief. You don't have sympathy for your parents. Kat mome balafa soto ila wululali. You should even take a walk, go to the Banjul hospital and see there. Go to the Demban clinic and see there. And see the situation of some of our hospitals. Because Basse, they have no hospitals. Since Jawla time, hospital member for health center, that hospital is not even qualified to be called hospitals. It will like the canal, hey, you are Brijo, you are because they are stupid. Iba e kura ya tambende biriyo ka ko tata base ko banjul hayya iba e fama e kura ko banjul yena banjul ya lande banko to ko man lara soto je ite ka wuri ka fo mo la birijo lelo mbe koma dol beje fondin ke furu ni kate ka ja football jal city kay ka diala wala kal samba NPP ali amal ba ke ka molela men bo ke kala dusa no nyol men yalo ko ata fajula lambi wol ka gadi no le yele e ka mol natin je do ko la fo free bawo Gambia no fana ate ko men ke la fa ko le ke mole men be position alla nyi nga kar mutam bati nga kar mutai fati ko mal wuluta lal kilon dim mali ngay kar ngata al ngata kar mutam bati ndo di woding ala kana dim fango dinna me yalon ka betal bulala ka fogono al ngata kar mutam bati ni ye batu soko ne ko kata mole mutai bati ye fanyol ti soko kar mum fatal bu kana mol mutal fati fo mo kunta men yalon ko barakatela mo sabal non ni nyone ndego fole kafu nde baadi une beje e ko etata mod saballe mute faade wolo baadi ya bandale because mbalo nay mo barakanta on ti fuuri wona muyti ete kutu tela katu mune keta adam madi woni mu forolete e manyan ne fans associated di la mo la men yalo ko mo kurun lamu malutela parce que adam madi won fen sababe kere ni fota wala you are completely lost nyina mu adam madi yati wala mu ila character is very important. Honesty is very important. Morality is very important. Ning adamadi fota nyina kila menfo adamadi na fota malola na malbali ataka kule ke men diata ka kule fo men diata walakin ning adamadi fota nyina do ila adamadi ya dasatale adamadi jato le bela bari la e kam ko menke aning adamadi ya man fota nyobala mod sabal nyul bote molde walakin e te malundi nola mome mamalo soto imagine kuno mome yalon ko aka funding ke lota ya fasa injustice me ladaka bi wala kana ka fo funding ke local kana so yali use bar kuno ibate fasa la wotumo ema atemantare use ka. And these are the kind of people moli kata ka fo ko this my mentor ndenga momo ja ka fo ko 𝒂𝒂𝒏 is my mentor ni musulamu ite hanim badi onaka be futa mba fale kana futu because character tala mana ta marila momo ka fo ko 𝒂𝒂𝒏 is my mentor amare ajube the moralist aman dignity soto maluta marila because e kam mole muta mentoti kila mole aka mentota daji ko leka naje ala kay ko innaka la ala khuluqil ajib etele mu daji ko atele nyi nyata daji ko bet adama di daji ko is very important ne adama di fota daji ko la jiko tala ko tek aman na fasoto malute tarlala kila dun ko jalam stastai fasna ma shaytan ne adama di malo sota ka kule bara mendiata imam Modou Sabal de kuna ko mene ko baro mu keren ka folle ndi woni be fakam fanka so kono ndi woni be fakam fengo kono bi wala kana ka fo funding ke kilunal kana so mo yali use pour ila political interest bar kunu ate load ate sondale funding ke tiaga sala koka bi adunda wo keren ka fo kono abe tiwo yimi ka tiwol ba kanka kono aka fo kal kana so yali use it's an insult to the Gambian funding ke walakin nan yaaje funding ke la da bala ko momo ka fo ko Modou Sabal le munna mentoti amari ate kutu tela ate niaje momo la infactal kana trust because munamu amari mu daji kon tawnet ni musolo musu ke oke family o family son taw mustifa dun tela ila korda ko na be je tela kato mo adamadi daji ko jeni la momen ka jeno ke na jeni la jaka kontane because ane musol le be kata kontunda fana ba fan sudan dela pour gos wala daji ko le diata dolominna nimmo kafe dolominna la ko deta la cross afana mu dolominna le woto nimmo kallo daji kon tam malte mo menna ka fay ko nyina mun na mentoti ala malibaliya wala ya nyabo ala daji kon tayya wala ya bo obviously wo mari fana bekela daji kon tawneti ko mala mento be nyame wala tina when you see any young child any young woman or man yeye ko ka fay ko Modou Sabal is my mentor alkana ni musulmo alkana futu nin kele mo kane dindi ala kato ite kututela ngoy Modou Sabal je nde nga fa ninde woni la silo ka wala fisan kata simbita musu koto mbita on koto e ka fo wala be yaila tilo ko de ba hola wala president be Qur'an kulol kundula o Qur'an kulol be halaki sifa kelela yalo ko ala ko waylul lil ladina yaktubuna alkitaba bi aydihim summa yaquluna hadha min indillah wa waylul lahum mimma qatabat aydihim wa waylul lahum mimma yaktubuna ha ala ko hala ko ni bono be molle men yalon ko e ka kuma kawni fo e ka kitabul safe bulola ko ni bota ala leya ala ko hala ko ni bono be talla wol kanne ka fe men safe allo folo ida kata me ay ko ke male ki won mama aso geda nyata keke sanda aso keke bando tayeta sanda fema nye media mo ka fonyo fo sineno tai e binato e bentalla ja fonya ndi una munyindi ndi muso ngake o ke je nyin noma o ke kunda on be batara kundu ke wolla ja badu ngana sa ngana pistole ndi musambirin sai ndi muso bu kadu ko batara ke wol bul ndi muso la munyindi nawe diam kan ngaje ay mandin ko moy le de Essa Jawla mal falti sai wala gina momo mar respect momo man de Essa Jawla respect ni bala la dulado surtout wo boy ndin kunta men yalla ko biren wo skit men kam da ko lamik di kinde nyole men yalla ko tele amira ko arabu ya wala mo arjannatul firdaus so wo alinyabe wo listo nyil mella e ka understand wo listo is fake listo ye molle to sacrifice men yalon ko mol safo ko he karimu koditiol for example fanta toure men yalon ko la parensol mol safo he karimu koditiol ta fama mu koditiol de bari do they have that amount of money wo be tarlol bulnyaari le business table Gambia company table Gambia because alte minister kilin to jela nyin dulato alte nyin listo kono alte permanent secretary to jela je because munemu ye wo molle sacrifice the fake name yolle di nyim listo nyi is edited. President Barrow is accomplished. President Barrow himself baral tato jole je altefatu babaro to jela je men yenin sol sang munati nay molto sa feje. Why do they only write the people who bought the cars, who bought the properties, but who bought the cars? Ali eto je men yenin so say molto ke je e ko ene dro nin si joli yolle sang. Billahi wallahi ta'ala Gambia man adama junde me ya fankon me jututa fanna ka Gambia nosi alla bankoy bati nyakande president baro ne ajabe kere din kombeta tatamla tinyaro men kitabula jikita ko natata tatam me babo dadaro kila andun dimo akata dimo tinyaro be kilabul at the end he will end up being a dictator. That is the truth. Ya jamme ana watu la do ko start tinyaro kitabula start da kamul fa because all after kafan stand the same boto diakuya alta badda bol fala saim lankursa ikawa $5,000 less than €100. Lankursa, imagine. Lankursa to sell Lankursa. Lankursa second hand in Germany a minimum €3,500. That is about $200,000. Ekal Lankursa waf Gambia kono $5,000. Kordalo rimbandi many aloko they are worth to the 20 to 30 millions. Eke waf 1.8 millions. Nin so many along ko minimum nin so price Gambia kono be minimum 35,000 or for the killer ninsi bati de. He only solely worth $11,000 according to them because 727 cattle will be divided into $8 million. That's meaning they sold 8 cattle for $11,000. How can that be true? And who sold the cattle? The names are withdrawn. So they only wrote the names of those many alonko they are private citizens or businessmen, so that they can manipulate the people because they think that they are more smarter than us. And where is the money? After selling those properties, where is the money now? Where do they get that? Where do they dundi muna kono? Nkale NPP is a criminal party. NPP is a mafia entity. Gambia din fuarolo. Alla banko la kasaro al kawole fasa. Atilu mene yalo kalbe NPP. Fatima na. Pale une.
Willst du?
Ja.
Dann komm mit.
Nein.
Doch,
Fatima mbe bute al dek. Na.
Ich krieg immer Ärger.
Adnati ba.
Okay, ich gebe dir das günstigste. Guck mal da.
Yalla, ya jele ndimu kai na fali wonati ndaba mai kodo men do wakata kila.
10 Cent.
Fatima, hör auf jetzt.
Okay, ich gebe dir nur 5 Euro.
Okay, geh mal.
Nein, Papa, das waren 50 Euro. Ich will mir noch Sachen kaufen.
Okay, yeah, choose.
Ja,
Okay, fonya to woto. Sisla kolonji. Sisla ndimu na munyinti den ngai na kodo fali woni nakata adila na because aba mala kodo nyindunga bul. Yebi di ndimu la kojel. Mpa di muso. Ngadi ume wulu. Ndele abama nati ndi jabi kundanko ngasane. Jabi kundanko le di uwa fe mangasang. Afele ngadi ume sota la ka afanye koko abama ekodo men dumbulu. Go. NPP mu criminal wallet. Whether I'll believe tala wala al man believe ala, NPP is a criminal institution. Ali nyininka NPP alika kodo bondi mintole. Jo malle kala nyin regional kiamanul jo. Jo malle kala nyin constituency kiamanul nyiri jo. Where are you getting the money? A benyin business manul. Wala tinebe sin lokan. Ke Gambia criminal o feofe nialo and criminal background sotole. A baby join the NPP la they all associate themselves with the NPP. E benna banko la sama tinyaka. Nyim mansa kunda barakanda fa. Wala tina nyin yalon te nyin 2000 bond dindun ni utel buka hanulla 2002 dindun men wuluta 2006. Wolle koy kanaka Gambia la kumo fo molie. 2006 dindun men wuluta wala. Wala ko ka NPP fasa 2006 in 2006 ni in 2002 bon nyoli wala be TikTok be because ite lama Gambia starta bilela Jawara nata Jawara at least Jawara la wato lan tel mudin nte kuma fono la wota bari nga project le nya fanuta men kono kante fon kantaro menke koton di kanto ay do koton di kanto ale jama Gambia din jama nyinen ka nyin 2002 born soul nyin 2006 nyin 2008 born soul ale nyinen ka koton dolon. How many of them? A country where we don't export, we only import. Wol kalle ka fo ko mo ka hanya ka fania fo akalon ko mbemem fo kambe fania le fo kan akalla ka fo ko jawara ning ya jambe kafo wala sanji tallul nim fula wol mando ko men ke Adam Baro sanji lulolo yoke bulya bana fa wo mu wollati wolle wuliya fa na bana fa wulu kadun demu dindi wonati de bar wo time mo wollati asene ko do hejita wollela sama seno sunya romance ya wo time ndel mu dindi wonati de bar one thing I know wala mu ko cotton do ka export le Gambia ka cotton export le Gambia ka groundnut export le Gambia la tia tulum fon le Canada. Gambia is able to produce the groundnut oil for themselves. Ale benolon malo angale ka fo beno nyame, and they are able to produce that oil for themselves. Gambia la health system is one of the best health system in one of the in Africa, this West Africa regions. Those de Senegal le kane jaran telian tel bukada Senegal le e ka même bansel leptano e ka operational kejele no good no bad. What I ni be mo bond like a transport to the bus. Ni mam fenge no bus ge samba Bansang. Bansang was one of the best hospital among the Gambian hospitals. Today Bansang Hospital is already dead. It's about dead. Ya jambenada, even though I don't even like to talk about, because adama don hande silo beke sanon leti ya beke dulu nin diamond leti I care less madama ya adama don lefa, because adama don is more important than anything. But ya jambe nada aman television tar Gambia kono ay tele natin di Gambia kono ay university lo Gambia kono niaje bi Coastal Road nyol lawo ma fon la Kordale Jambur nyol Kordale are expensive there because of the road connection there aya jambe le yol be natin alla airport anata alo. How can someone Mayalonfo cannot show us a single project that he started and finished it within these 8 years okono? Wakanna kafo Gambia diuneko ndela na sanji lulo kono sanji sayo kono ngado ko menke nyil men beja sanji tallu wol beja ne sanji tallu ye fen le produce ye mentu banko kanjam say Adam Baro mu ne ke Gambia diune ne fenge na ye silol faynan wo silol jama fa be jate me start kadu ato dum la men ko to passa ma silo ma start ayatal le wo silo project na ye ka fo nyaade Senegal trans Gambia e bridge ayatal le the work is even progressing. They come and finish it. So but ne Adam Baro botaje apart from this OIC silol me yalon ko wo fam manke Gambia taxpayers la ko dot. Apart from this road project abe mune nyitan la Gambia diun la ka fo kon tele ngani tunya be Gambia diun be fanna faka aya fo Gambia diun wo mari kallu atel nyatiluna annalla wo school wo time mol kaji form 6 le Gambia bala independent ala school te Gambia kono only few school moment nata able to educate the Gambian that alone and give us our independence ite mammalu man sile kallo Gambia be nyato because of that government you are able to educate yourself ite kanalo e kafo mole ko ha ngamen doku wo se wala sanje tallu nem fulo ima doku bari ite tarta wol kodo men fanan donto etela sanji sayo wo kodo etela donto kodo yo la wala sanji tallun ni sabala kodo nyin aya dabul Gambiano ni lafta Gambiano fake la na 1 million dila ko bunlo ta $300,000 ta yala bunlo ala ya penture ya nyinan ebe wurle tot ne monata ko ngasilo le dade jani e wur wo silo la na famu munet abe mune dundila in future, and what is the cause of that silo abe men cause la na life ka in future e ka wona nyininka ni Adam Baro ko ngasilo da dalen say was silo kujo le dunta wakuna. That should be your concern. And how are we going to pay that loan letter ka silo nyindada? How are we going to pay that loan? Because that silo is not going to produce that it's not going to generate the resources. Me alon ko wole be fenkela bi Adam Baro la manza kunda kono nale alla namo, because until we are tax-based country.
alla namo nal ka dalasi kemele soto dalasi taworo ni lulo wo be kata julol le kunna so wala tinna kunna parliament of criminal men yalo ko they always approve the budget me yalo ko deficient budget la deficient budget wala mo ko a budget that the money that is not there they don't have the money when the government come with the 50 billion budget that 50 billion do we have it? No. But they are going to approve it. Now it's left to the government. How are they going to generate that 50 million? That's how our parliamentarians are doing. They are not cutting the cloth according to our size. Say more can a for a consulate of 59 billion budget for 2025 budget. But they don't have that money. So now you went ahead and approved that budget. And you don't even ask how are they going to generate that resources. For you, you don't care. As far as they can generate that resources, we are going to pay it. So ninkumu dalasi keme na la banko alkawole collect as a revenue taxes, yearly taxes. Wa dalasi keme okono dalasi taworo ani lulo. Dalasi keme dalasi taworo ni lulo wo bekata julu jolle kunna. Wo dalasi taworo ni lulo niyo bondi kemo tato taje $35 islela. Wo $35 so atile nyanta la civil servants sol jola wolle kono. How are you going to able to pay civil servants in $35? The same thing construct any meaningful projects. So that's meaning they have to go out and borrow and take the loans to come and do their projects. And any project they are doing, they don't even think what this project can regenerate it for us. Banko bukata robatu ngata nyinda direct dango do moli aje barabe mune produce la nampak. That's most important thing. So therefore, Gambia diuni alla banko surtout atel fuara diuni many be social media alkalka criminal entity le defend. NPP is a criminal entity. Criminal wolle alla banko hijack and alman criminal they are capitalists. Capitalists don't care about the humanity. Wala atine ka banko je kelobe je ka kido smogul ka dundi wo banko lika. Even they know that, fully know that. These government members smogul ka sambani wandi banko ka ibeta ka molle diuni fakangala. But they careless as far as their benefit, their profit is concerned. As far as their families are in well-living condition, for they don't care. They can kill the other children. That's how the capitalists are. And your country is now controlled by the mafias. Not only capitalists, but mafias who care less how you poor people are living. That's why eka kodol bondi katalisang. Eka kodol bondi 100,000, 200,000 kadi kafola. But eka wo kodol membondi, they cannot able to put that into our education system. Because they don't want you to be educated. They don't want you to be skillful. Because if you are skillful, educated, you will stand by yourself. Nobody will enslave you. But all they can do, go to your mothers, give them 200,000. Yeah, but when you didn't and namfasa, it is doing they taking their children to the Canada, taking their children to the America, educate them there. But the Kavale Gambia kono, hey, Baro is they building universities. Go to Gambia University. How many permanent secretary ministers their children who are going to that university? None. But only poor people. Albenyo Sabara Bosola. All dunta, you know. So, ni molu ikafale ko baro university lelo, baro school lelo. Alla ni school to hani ordinary division wala diunti taka wo school. All of them are paying the private school for their children. And they avoid sending their children to the government schools because they know that the government school there is nothing what you can do there. At the end, they are just fooling you. Hey, President Baro Boso san student olen. Hey, President Baro fila leftano lualen. Ye leftano luale bunja ya nyinyandi albe wurla. But fatally yamira bunja ona nyinya wala kan leftano ke leftano tiba. No. Go and ask the doctors. The kind of difficulties they are going through in Banjul Hospital. The kind of difficulties our nurses are going through in Banjul. In Demban Clinic, Bundung. The building is not the hospitals. What make building to be qualified as hospital? That's the equipment and the proper nurses and the proper education to get a qualified doctors and qualified nurses. And get and have equipment there that can discover our diagnosis. But banko me yalonko ni furata dialysis fonto eko kare kidney problem osoto ala mol kastat ka ibulo le kundo. because munemu in dialysis go to Banjul every 1 week nimu kidney pain walakin na fuaro la billahi wallahi tala NPP supportal la ko kambala fa andun kafon jato be kendare men diata nyam bola kala ali nyante mira la men be leftano to man kuke alala de me yesa sandi de katu kila ko yenne ko kudu li sihhatika li maridaka ila jad ni be jata kende ko na lon ko be kuranale faali malo molle be Banjul leftano kono hanin na base nyol to kana banza nyol la moli kana dialysis la Gambia kon men yalo ko ila kikni problem o soto ila yelo buka sa ko nyante ila yelo kulale ay senia wo yelo ku masi ka fole ko dialysis machine wo dialysis prokata through the dialysis la e nyanta jolle jola every week you have to do once every week you have to do at least minimum once prieta dialysis la wo dialysis cost alialo na ka mol charge jolle $3,500 ndebe bolaje adu say nga mo le ko $4,000 so let's say say 5 weeks lebe sang kono atodo karo kono every week 2 weeks 8,000 16,000 20,000 a month. How many poor people can afford to pay that? Imagine you have a patient who is suffering under the kidney problem, and the patients will go through dialysis every week, and the weekly prices is 4,000. It remember working Adam Baronoma. Every week talo Adam Baro from Baleka fa ko nita 4,000 fa ba dilele. But fuaro mul kadia male albuke na tele kamera Canada na katanta ko junyolo takinyolo senyolo te baila because atele ama political mente nyo hadanyo. Atari ebe junkunyolo takinyolo senyolo nyimente baila ebe ini fond la jata kende be senna nyola almolo bari man fuaro je men jawyata fanna man fuaro je men wiketa fanna man fuaro je men konta fanna katambe Gambia fuaro la alla fualu fa wartal mol katay kal nene kal sabal la fuara yal kannan ngadu sanu moy abe loring alfal nyato mandinka alfala ka fale ko Gambia la setano mu diaspora di sanu ka kod aka balwo sabba korda jolle wo alfal men bebe siri wodulata al mo men beje ba fala ko dinte tubabudu ndo ma diwte kutubabudu mbarin diwte tubabudu amantar jeto adu wo fembe siri wo mandinka society kono jeto meltata Adam Baroya akilinte je men ba fala ko nena man tamala la ko do wala nena man mako al bebe derin teki ka fala ko al diwun la mu fitnan tunti badnal kuranta wolle kal samba wolle tanda ko lon nale futu wol soto wolle ka kodo jo ka kiyale ñim politicien haramulun men kamta ko dusan wonol ebe balu katil nam jola la kodola e man dawole kana malbaliyati lingal fawn wulu dewla albe bulo ko sile ka foy ko walla mo fitina wulende lalti andu wolle be sorkan e ka wulu suno koto e ka ila sinol kundu kata do ko la kaje ko atel life betea mo barakanta men kamta ko ñin Gambia la ñim politicien men beje kuma ba foni fania foy kan ne kal dewni al fawn kata siri kal dewni kal nyaako to mo jawolti. This is how Gambians are, and nobody is there to challenge them. Kafoy kontel diwni manke fitin nan tunte. Katu nintel diwte bintel te futalal maja. Katu dol futatal mawd lañinto. E man ne siwna de yedi dunte diwle la modol kono men be diaspora ka drive canal ya wod lañinto. Bar Gambia bo nyaale. E kaddo ko e ka momen be kato ke kali ko wolle ke dinkurulte. Bari ala fanande ako society kam man sele dialla. Yale ka fale ne ko ha ko alale kam man sasinde ndel ma fo ala bu kam man sasinde de bari niaje man sawo man sala ka fale ko alale en sindi ninna wato sitabe sila na fi kolom faniyan tuno mate jila katu naka be jila ala be jibril kila na fa no je wato man se e man lawo ala fauna ni lata ko alale kam man sasinde ala fo yesila kordal kono ala fo Adam Baroy ko ay ñim businessman ul men beri yalon ko wolle be NPP fasa kan e ka kodi wo kodi yala ya dunne na education o kunna ban ya dunna jata kende ya kunna yo jube baw alal kam mo sindi itel ka amunda alal mu itel electrician la mu ila alati isafo alal kam man sa sindi bari sita se faniya fo hanne atar alaman la fi faniya fo la isita ye kuma bal foyte ko men kala hanne atar alako ya ayyuhallazina amanu atul mu'min lima taquluna ma la taf'aluna muna tinal be kumol fulalte men kala bari sita se faniyali fo yew ko la be na fo alal kaman sa sindi alal kaman sa sindi si Allah bunu ko na manjera leta faniya fo al manjare na tadal kam men fallata wala la bal sondo mole kono ko alal kaman sa sindi والله بالله تالله التتا على لا جوم من يالون كاكو إنا كلكنا الذكر والأنثى وجعلناكم شعوبا وقبائل التتا ولي علي يدام بول دندي نيولا الكافو فلول مندين كل من لفال مندين كل فلول من لفال سركول لول مندين كل بالكلك كاتو آدم بارو مسركول بريندي ونتي إكانيل لفالي bari ye feŋo men suña fo fulatate wote misilime nafiko is worse ñim mansa kunda gambia politiciano ñom misilime nafiko amansa kunda politicianul e ñom misilime nafiko ate duniya kono wala tine jama be je saya ñaate ñi ñala e kete la je ne fata e konol be funu janni be badela mol ka hawjile kate e bade kata le kono funu ta fembuke konol funu ndi fo haramo almahani futa kaburul kono folo yin dunia al konol kafunu fal konol kalaf la fetenda na fi kolu isitalo ka fale ko ha yalo alale kar sindi alale sai na la tala alale kamol sindi fondelle mo alate munati nal beta moli al bay wul ya foke al si alla korda kono mo buka ala bula mbode fayola mo buka fo ala ye nyanta biro fayla janale school boys season you are just useless like Arsenal. No wonder Allah football club woni katle boutela Arsenal desan sa vibe na kila third position nete wo damba nem balafa al maliga soto al mankop soto al fela al be wuri kan nyabe sa wasal data men na wala second position ka celebrate sa fela da la second position of City be na batal al bulu ha so City fa fela kana wotal bulo kono ndel fana bata la City bulo kono ñinal te fen celebrate la adna lañu wuru babe at the end empty hands so e ka faale ko ala le kaman sa fin ndel mambala wala de bare say na lata ala le kaman sa sindi ala la jondi won be batari marshal kono al bukata ko do di wala de al ka politician wol le kile al kam million ti kal kadila albe 100,000 ul cikal al badi la mo kun kilon la badal sinal ya fo mole alal kam man sa sindi al bal fan soso kan wul kabano politiciano e kam men fo bukalal ne alal kam man sa sindi si la bun kono adama baro kana fuwarol dundi nyola kana siyol ta ye dundi nyola e ka kodo men ci ka kadi mo kun kilon la e ka vale ko wi kaje big fish wala mo ila alati alate bulu ñim politicianul ñim masa kunda do kulal ala tebulu ibe nay beta qur'anul karan nay kan nay ka ayo kuntale mo sabal nasifale mallala e mallawo qur'ano fona mam muslime tawn toje muslime tawn yalo muslime jahilo abe ate banna gambia isina sa oppositional be fela politicianul abe kata qur'an kuntundi wona kara ibe nay bal fake la nyame because niko alal kaman sayadi aman jare sira suwakon molla do ko kedro ni alala wato sita bena be tombonna aba fale anam baro ngeti ke man sati on sense albe molla state resources tal albeta talala yay compagnie tema albeta fola do kare cross capetin fo alka alala cross capetin mbali ni ga kande alla kuma kawna mu bawal ko alal kal kanyende so say men kal kanyende alka abene ka cross capet wala malla ala nyoldi Gambia politiciano ne gul kabano le te keri ga wallahi tallahi alde wul kabani ya bulala albe musaybatul kazzab izafo e bin dundi izafo alale kam sa sindi al nyaawe nyi adam baro men alale ya sindi wala nan tata sosola wada kile na poddi kari cross capeta big fish nyol la muy la ala nyol tide nso fa la tele se kol men ka travel alale al nyaawe nyi watel ni opposition al ten ni al ni politicien al ni de ku killing atel ka ala men fo nyil date wo ala la ko to de nyili même mu nyil la alate wala cross capet big fish ala killing ala fula ala saba ala nani wala dina Gambia politician na ko ala ko da fay ko amafo anna qur'anu lo fa fay ma amafo ne ko in fact ne qur'anu fa la fay mafo ku ala e waji ko ngai mama di qur'an moy birata ta Afrika akafo ko la ta'kulu amwalakum bil batin ngaye wulu amanko bil batin ti aya karam vinada aya karam english neda la ta'kulu amwalakum bil batin ngaye fani batin te amanko batin bil batil al bat la ta'kulu amwalakum bainakum bil batila al kanani wala na flodo mo batara ya ko
You TikTok live?
ne that is Facebook yeah. So bil batin bas so ngamme fali ñil men katan men naten ka ko koy bafula gambe opposition e ñom fan ya folal te kere e ñom fan ya folal ya jël sularin
Excuse me. Wie viele Leute watch this?
ja es ham from the yet it send from since once Leute aber manchmal die get nach der Programm vielleicht wird 2000 3000
Bekommen Sie Geld?
nein ich krieg kein Geld davor es gibt die Leute die kriegen ja aber ist nichts
Willst du aber Geld haben?
nein ich mag nur das bisschen ich nur sprich über was ich spreche nur über was geht jetzt in ein bisschen Richtung Politik, weißt du? Weißt du, was Politik ist?
Ja.
Genau.
Kommst du aus Nigeria?
Nein, aus Gambia. So, Gambia fale do. Yes, os. Saluto. Nge kondo.
Salamu alaikum.
So, Gambia fale. Sa Gambia politician ne yajube. Ijama beje katale Qur'ano muta yakara. So ibe o Qur'ano men fo kay mallala. Isa ko ha adam baro alale asindi ha telebite ala soso la wo somo yeta faale faale ka faale ko we catch big fish wo big fish ni wala muy la alati wala kina ni gale ko alale sindi alale fanan ko ala foy ko ala aya jomale tandal la ko ngale jo padiyem la ha ni nate kale ko alale baro sindi ala foy ko qur'an aya jomale ko nga baro jo padiyem la qur'an jomale ko ngajo padiyem la aka pade ala ayo fonye ul kabanol kola fenteti na fikul e ka kuma kama men fon fo e mallala yes Musa vange konto greeting koroma e ka kuma kama men fo e mallala kadu ni lada alala exactly na broda ma e ka kuranyo nyinta ke fam bak wala bawo gambiano ni lafta fake la na ye kurane aya kilim busay sa fo ni mo alala molet wala ginan ko hani dal kanala na de nte fon membe de kanala na nin Qur'an kuntula al kanalela because ayo men fon fo mallala they are just using to manipulate the people so that the people can have confidence on them because Gambian mentality momo ka Qur'ano fo de ka fa ne sheikh ala nya silanna ali alo sheikh nyol beje men yalo ko wande sungude nun kono ma wole se kolta ticinna le pour yedi un kanande ta day wala musol ko so nyim ben ka fale ko ha ala le baro sindi ye fani etel ka ala men fana atel na nyi se kol men yalo ka atel ka diamu ala men na nyi politician ka diamu ala men ete ala kilindi nyi la ala mu big fish let walakin ala killing ala fula ala sama ala nani Gaku na broda mak ngon to male gain to male Omar batu ngana ongul ta gay batu ngana ongul barna batru ati mela ban benna ongul la adikan fati kundan kol fati hydra nyol you know. So Adam Baro na alieni listo meje ni listo ni is incorrect. Yabe edit le. Sum kanyoli yenna kodota ka fake listo di yalla. Almanye mollo. You are dealing with the mafias. Mafias. Ye molle to fundina. Many ni so ala fo ko nisi yalo nitata cow. Kettles, many kettles, like after the kettle in worth 8 million, 727 kettles. Kettles, equal yole waf bari jomale asa munati na many moto sa yol keje many property so yol keje bari many yalon ko nin sosa na jomale nin sosa wo keje after $8 million is divided by 727 cattle, that's meaning each cattle costed 11,000 anyo fanyate kere hadi saji kotonde saji kono bayto ite no na ongul nge kontong Umar
Esa, Jawla nimba.
ini bara
Kamelo kadi.
yes nge mwele
Okay, ngambara makle nyamule muda lundo mba tonyenka.
ha
Mba tonyenka jita moto kondo na mobile jonda. I program mosoto.
ha
Nyalo watu wada katafro na bathroom ambedia.
wala bukai
Ina koto gedo lomba lamba ako ila modu watu wadi katafala al bathroom ambedia. Alte kafra nyamale mobile kedo sa.
ya jele de billahi ni yo fonki na broda afo mak badum bafula na imamule mak al go fund me creating ye
Bari morte balande del mbajele kan ronde fono balo tata ke pakke abe dunda nyokono kamo balo nyum fay malla vola halas
Yola yalo be fundi telete be fundi la woto na mobile o mental full so wala ko yinti yeah wala nge ko you are welcome
okay thank you ngala mala be kondo
yeah thank you
kono banko ka be nyamen dro kala la fa do mandim fele ka wolto dro na mol mel ka qur'ano tay ka ke daliloti
yeah
mol salon qur'ano la jioni saintema ay sanji jamale si
sanji wuli kilin sanji kemenani sanji tannana ni woro nyina
thank you very much so qur'ano la jio tembo kono ala ya ko indi mol mal ko modol be tarra mol kono le ibe mol filindila munela ala la kuma kawn ha nyin kama ko ni mol ye moy diamula mol samera ko ha mol samera ko kamen fo wolon toñati bala atra wonte toñati ka mol filindi nen di alla ani barakan ya nyin kama ko mol filindi ala la silola
wallahi
كم آية عفوا متنوع عفوا نعمة ومن الناس من يجادلون في الله بغير علم ولا هدى ولا كتاب منير
والله
يعني اتفهم ليدل عن سبيل الله
والله
كم سابال نيول بنيامين بي سابال دينارا ديامو دولا
نافيكو
كم دينارا ديامو دولا ما ياكو غامبيا نولي فتا فيتنولا
abanda mbole fon kante imagine ye volunteer gasi sabalier because of our candidate abili a reject mol beta kito la kalo kiti dula to wolu sabal malo ko mol nyanta foto la fili noma
so bi ate kalo ka fo gambia diwne ko alfata fitnola libya men keta je ndumbe america la ba karawna je amma mera ko ab gambia nol nen kanne ban fo gambia nol sainte kunina ban nyimmo si fa la kuma kawna mol kala ko mol ye ko almajente bunlo mbamae ay bumelo ba mae kodo nyin soto da nyaadi le ato fola mole bang so ikana na flo taye na flo bunlo e bae na flo me yalo aya na flo nia kiskis tombi aman senea
ugo ajube it's an even insult sabal kallo ka fo mole ndedi obe america muna kina ma adi wasa to gambia kono karaw
okay good ani o fon gambia no le gambia foninkel nyanta kunina bake wala le
yeah, because ajele ko Gambia funding ke ol fana na biren fana adi amosi adal ila miralia no Gambia is too sad yeah
saballa ko mbugala fuka comment baake je bar nyim pointo kuma da bagale karandale bije me ko nyanta chodiro kala moleje
wallahi
min sabal mantra public do kola mantra central government na do kola sabal be fansul ko kola fo adiuna be bonino la Gambia le banga e sama America bang
that's the question
so ay bumelo abamae o bun kendo men akaya lo abamae fo anyo fani mel be Gambia je jumanyo le ka bun kendo lo no bamae ye compare ban ni mantra masakunda do kola ko kele bang
okay ay wulbu kese wuleng fatele baba manda si ya jambe ko to ka afama expose
okay good hana tra kete nya bara fon no kumo dan sa kitindi wala ni atra wala tonya da men folon tonya di wota kame yitandi molla ay sunyarole ke wala ya jamme fenne dia bala me yalon ko ye sunyarole ke banko taxpayers la kodo yole diate bala so ye sabari ye tiling ye sobeya e kana ala la kura no wato fon ate kam men fo nga fata fitno la di Gambia ya jamme adama baro ate kam mel fasa wala fitno ko Gambia
fitina wulendi la man tambi mola me yalon ko kilin kasi jamala fewna ye men karfe me kadon ni diaka
exactly so birin jawara jita wato men jama jita kaw men kan ya jindi luwanta yalaka
exactly
jumale luwanta ya ko si ya jammelem
atele mu
okay ya jamme botaje bila botaje me ya bondije ako mantra lual tamandi ka nyama
yalo na ongulu nyili jiko membe bulu qur'ano ka fo menna afatu'minuna bi ba'dil kitabi wa taghfiruna bi ba'd.
Thank you. Wala from
ete ka sol luwa do la men yete fe imani ya jambe ka fon tete sonna jamu luwati because what those days will luwa ba de fe borin bala te ina ta ka te luwa le tinya wala asindi wodula nyin
exactly
adu luwa kinu me ya foko mo manyana luwa tinyala ate yo luwa nyin tinya bi ate kanalo bole because kunu luwa tinya ni ya febo but bi luwa tinya ma febo wala kina ka fo mo len telephone na boy nyimba ko luwa tinya ate fon luwa tinya le asindi opposition
exactly
because they think that e kadiamu molle men ya lon ko mu falol
good so dan inande mbale kun kesol kono ya lon ko e kadiamu molle bu kadiamu molle mel ya lon ko wol bu ke mira ko tollu alkadia mol melie nakele mofu wala miro ka tambu wala le men siata kemenin tan konon
wallahi
so ingande mira la bake haklo to bake banko nyimbe dama problem mo men kono amam fo sabal ko
ata sabal fitino lam
yeah so ni ko fitno jang aka kaw men fo jang arab kawno ayo ni ayafo nyame sabal nyantalo na qur'ano fo nyame wato do la aka fel bakele harful mad aka harafo ko na ba fo kan aka madda men dunda ko to manyana dunaje
o manyana dunaje exactly
o manyana dunaje bari aba Gambia dun filindi kan molia fayo ko sabal ay sabar na be politiko klenin faniala ayake
qur'ano bodde
a Gambian politique ikolon ni diam de ka Gambian politique lo adum Gambia politiko se no nyaawo nyan tol muslim
abala fa warta ledi rolo mu ka fo muslim di Gambia is a majority Muslim nation ne mol kana fo ko Gambia politiko wala mu faniya fo ni kankanta baliyade bala fa warta ba
anin kam mo kendol tokuya anin kam mo kendol dunni nyola kam mol tumi kumola me yalon ko ete fon kam men fo alon kay mandra to nya fo
no edel ko ke ko smartness le mode bari yalo ndenga jere dro ala nya silam bal yalo because ka adama di dundi nyola mu ku kurum balete
ku jaw balete
ku
jaw balete donc ate kam men fo to nya ni ko lonale mati malo fa sta ke karadoti bar qur'an wala londo sabal
no ada saraba ka wala fa fi siatan dementi ngamira wo ko la ka fi siata Essa Jawla dambanete bare anyata hakkilot lale go sana la harful foni aka harful jindi nyame ni yelamu e balon nako ay qur'ano nyin karan through english lela yalo english ni fe on karangala na ala pronunciation ani ye ala harfo nyila na aka sidol lande nyame e fa balon nalako ay karan through the english lela
exactly so anyanda melon na la même fla na ko momola ay ko moy ay politiko ke ay fata moluma ay fata molla al falma nama foto molla al falma mol tatu laji
no yale nyanta men understand la sabale comme mbem fo kan jannam ni aje ala fan ay munefo amu arrogant na kota ako inna Allahu la yuhibbu kullu muqtar wa faqur adama di na keta kawyota keta lanna tammi moti ebuka ya marno because arrogance niamoy dawda arrogance is a kafula ignorance and the most of the ignorance jama beje at least someone to kafunya dile malbalia you know moment horomoso and most of the arrogant people they majority of them sometimes they become a hypocrite they are very dangerous arrogance dawda because at camera ko I know everything Adamadi would do bukabelo and they don't accept the advice. And then no human being on this earth may allow you know everything. But the arrogant people, like sabali men kallo aka fa fanya ko mo mallondo sono ndede biro wolu nende jututa sabala ngalo ko the man is not educated because education alone education definition education jube wala mo kulwoti ko education o beta tanata because hani mo meye hani mecho ni yakara ko ite mai ka kulwakan ake kul isike famma jilat so londo porta adamadi meye londo soto londo me kuluno itete kuluno la kotake because londo mudaji quality ni aje ko ala ko kila ko ikhra ama fa kensen ke karang ni aje kila fa sallallahu alaihi wasallam ko talabul ilmu faridatu ala kulli muslim wal muslimat ama fa kensen ke because of nyanda karan nale because karon kam adamadi wona karakta le falenke kulu moni mammello teyo longo jikol nyille ke kulu ke famma jilat so woto karaw ning adamadi we karaw soto e manyan na kila moti me yalon ko be arroganda so sabali wala can take off mole ko sabali claim to be educated but he's not educated. He can only express himself in English because Gambia no la education standard. Most of the people melka sabala ede lombalo ba fono la anyon lombalo no kaka lonna la education no le determine. That's a wrong perception because nte man karambalo na nyadi le kari lontan. That is the problem in our society. Nte man karang how do we know that? What is the criteria of education? What is the criteria to know somebody's education standard? So so this is what is disturbing our society because it can angle come for when and English is just a a language of communication. Nothing absolutely. So sorry for interruption. Go ahead.
What the problem? They come and fall on Tonyati. Anyanta menke lonna la kalonna londo lonno. Lombalta lomballa loni lonna. But coming Gambia no londro yemen for ya jamo kono. Bimo ye Quran ayo for dron ye ko bohaba lo lonna lem. So Gambia problem what? Adu nyanta men fananke la Tonya londo nyanta mo sambala dahaleka.
Abanda.
Ila londo manyane sambala toroka. Sabal bi asala londo ka samba torole kan nin asala ko londo tonya babul ba asala londo felenta ba samba kan torole kan kunu ala londo ya samba torole kan bi fana ala londo ba samba kan toro kan ala toro fana warama mol mel ya lon ka tani wolle nyanta kala nyoti akalo akada atli wala kolu ne akalo fana ka fa ko alfata fitno nyin kauna manken to l'account kilim bi Gambia la fitno bota banko kan atabo mol kono le meyo fitno sembento yanda nyanda nyilonal.
That's it.
Sabal nyanda nyilonal ko America tele lota Gambia dimnu neng Gambia banko ka tele lota kamaninga
ne abana fa be bol mol ko e momel lota ke banen ke fanene
exactly bi kote ke abe loring abe maninga dimnu murun la fana ba fle ko fitno man bedra aliyajele menketa Libya, aliyajele menketa Syria, aliyajele nte ndiun samba Amerika, aliyajele nte bunglom bama ni hakili mamu woltinde kamira nyame.
Insulting them. Yeah.
Nimbe sabal balaje mbafla sabal eka nyimbe mfonto leteng ndeka mira nyame ka fon yeloko hamo soto bang ifane doko ekran yana doko ke nyimman sakunda kon
ngo mela kumo kunde yalon diaje sorry to say this nkafo kon tella modol beje comme sabal kadiyam menen tenga mira wol fana ila mira ya yalon adamadi di kay ko ila miro do ya tele samta neni rolom bal non to birim sabal ko ako kelol ben keta Libya ako hani awol Libya kilo man Libya di un damban tora Gambia di un fon torale wo Gambia di un mune samba Libya foi torata je Gambia di un kabo Gambia kalon kelo be Libya kono ite ko ila banko Cairo le be woto e kela banko Cairo ma fili je kata kele banko ka me yalo ke kilo le fe fayla je say ite la wo Cairo nyana fale
okay na fata ala mendu yo sabal fone okay wala ninde be sabal nyaagi no be men fulay menga Gambia di un bondi ke samba Libya fo kelo keta je Gambia di un tutawto walla torata woto image isla mismanagement on be yakela doko kono ani na flo dame ke bulay kata banku diwnu toyala o kodoni wala nyanta banku diwnu la life falina anyante kunindila anyante karandila ba jamme manya na Gambia fon betala ayaka tati among institutional yele comme jawara yake nyame e kodol mel don ko banko toyala manya na mudala ka ke tel kuntili nafati
ya be dun de kan life fando
baro fana bije science biru wonata ya jamme me ikama ke ku wala kodol na la fenglu be anala sanaw ni fenglu mel yesu nya ta fana nata ko ta kawul be sunya o baro kilum ate bole bala bi ate ka wala fasa ka fu gambe dune ko almanyen na sonna fitino e nim banko kan a tara o baro wo ya jamme wallo gambe la problème
abanda
ni nyanta kala gambe dum be kunewti
no Gambia no
Gambia fo ni
be have tel kunin baliyani ma be Gambia samba kan koma ba Gambia no yamira komin kunin men de ngata be ngam pare kende ke ngata nga Senegal musical plan ka suru account fo non ka Senegal la musical be musicianul to fo ni na muy la kunin te ngalo ni be na fo wala be nan ni lal suma fu amantu
okay thank you ni alfa do wala bondle sa ina moy ni futata blado te sa fo tambi kunindiro bidan kunindiro bunda fele jang kunindiro bunda men bijan ningo gambe dun nyanta kunina manke be do yakane de mbaro jang be diamu kan gambe dun le gambe dun andeme be diamu kalen kan fanjal kono le wota lal fanje defanan kono ban nali al fanje kono kan fale al ba moy le
ni aje qur'ano ko mole ko shiru fil ard fanzuru kayfa kana akibatu alladhina min qablihim kanu ashaddu minhum quwwatan akadiya mo mole munela hakilo ako almuru alitama tamo nyim manke nyinte nyanta tamala la kata dulato physically hani e hakilo murundi bang molu la men yalo ko tata nyin dunya kono jannatul benala ye mune ke kuwolu kono men yalo ko nge halaki ite le sembo sodata ye fon fanan sodata kanu asaddu minhum quwwat ke yata ye sembo sodalte bade ngol halaki mun dalila leka atel fanan nyanta hakilo murandi la ko dalilol men ngol halaki wol kanko atel yal avoid so adamadu menke mira kununna mandin kolka hola ni mira kununna bite toral adu ni be bi men ko ne yake mira samala samata kele ngaybe kuti qur'ano kanyine fomoli bare ni ajube kunu ya jambe bi men be lor adama baro bala e ka fo ha adam baro be do ko lebe fen kolla kunu wolle ko mole ko ya jambe nyun do ku lata kere ya jambe nyun mo kendo te kere bare bi ya jambe felentirin fabe mo sono la kodol la ba ya jambe hani mo to aba sanno la fanyele bi ba kadi mola ba so woti salon ko ya jambe man do ko kala kodola molla kodola baro fane ka atle mamu menta manke woti molla fen wole diala prayo lake na ya ke ni me ya jaya ka wole ni ma jaya kan fana is not a compulsory on you to ka presa but na ma ke is ila duty lam because banku diuna moyti e ka jole
exactly and two mol kamen fo ka jaya kan baro manke jayri moti
aba kule ke baje la men
ya jamme manke jayri moti because munyati nil manke jayri moti fitno membe to la banko kan nile atutu
etelle atutu asi fatam fanso ape evete etelle ma bet nada ka signol dundi nyola
ya jamme anata ay munek ay luale tinya wolwa tinya kona sita wolo kono bila sita kona nimmele luwa tinya nata muru wol kan kawl be fa mo fala kiti umuniti qur'ano kon
sariya ومن قتل النفس او فسد الارض او من قتل النفس
ومن قتل نفسا متعمدا فجزاؤه جهنم
فجزاؤه ابانتا
ايا دو ومن قتل نفسا
يا
ومن قتل نفسا
ايو حديثو ناتا فوق كلا كو لا يحل دم امرأ المسلم الا باحدى الثلاثه amanda kaka alamadi wo yelo bon enyo misilimo soko kafa aka yelo bon na fojande amanda ka enyo misilimo ya yelo bon soko kafa foku sabakan illa bi ihda salas ko kusa bol kono kila ka bol kono asaybu jani ay menis fo jang wala mu ko mo mem fututa ni ka saybu wala mu futulati mo me yalon ko alifa so ni tane fututa mo alifa ako mo mem fututa ni ete muta jeno wala ni sariyan bo banko nyante te kurla bunale keba anata fulan jangu mente an nafsi bi nafsi mo meye mo fa tilim baliya kono ali nyanta falal woto nin ayata ko nin sariya be gambe ya jambe kan kunduta kato ya jambe mo meni fa aye fa tilim baliya kono ama ame fa ko ye alale wale nyoya ame fa ko kukan ka ame ye fa le ko yata ya jambe so and he is not a god kato hani kila alama fo mo kila ko ye aka fo le ko yente alale soso e si kelen bara ma fo kila ye tele soso de ako momen balantante alama wala tinna birin kello nyimmeta alala banta mun fola kila akay ko fasda abima tumaru وأراد أن المشركين
المشركين.
نتنيتي يا ماري من نيتي وفتان دو يه كودي مولا من بلانتي ما فوي فا ما فوي كيلن what there is nobody who is democratic than Allah so what need adama di kanna mu ala me molda ala kila fa ko kodi wala e balantan tel alama ntenye ya mari men wosinde ama fo fa who are you ko ite mo president ite be mol fala because of you have different with them and the mol be gambia ko ne kanne ka fo ko yaay men fa nyantol fala le ntel law banko ni misilime ya fa to banko te bajele be mo fala ba tabile ba subo do mola e be silala because the kind of jawya membe adamadi o jato ko adamadi wona niyobe important diri nyame ala ko lakade karabuna bani adam nga adamadi o buñale ama fo jang muslimi kafir ko akole adamadi mo adamadi you are part of that humanity amanda wala ko ne fanan ko faddalnahu ala kashiran mimma khalaqna tafdila atene adam da fa be nyin dunya ko ni ala yaade awol dada ay adamadi no fisamantende abete adamadi foni ye fambondi wo fisamante yakon mo kana kalno ko aka fo ko kare ay fa ko le kare nyanta fa ama mo fa ama ala neni ama ala soso hadi me ala neni mo le kila neni le me fa e me soso abubakar ni ajube abubakar sidik amanke ke mendi e ko fe fa no men babula anadi un kanyo saba anadi un ka wole falen nyotem lonna le lumbe je men yalo ko adiune men tatati ayola haftano le do haftano ni jam fata fokana bula sintew ana tabe lore ala moli nyatiluna kanyita abe dol ka be kutubo la dol ka be kawan dol le nyatiluna be diamuke ke kilin wulita ja kay ko abubakar kayen telten dan kulela fonin tumo menna ya fonye ko nyin haftano men be la ya bondi min tole ka to ni haftano men ka sarjang wala waro manyisi ala saibul wulita kamma e klafta kendi nyin fa ko hane ala bula ni be moli nyato e nyanda ka tilinde ye fen soto ya soto nyaadile ila hakkolo mu ye nyinin kala ako kendi ye nkanna fewnin ke falin bari nkammen dun ga jale janimbe na jimoto fenta na fenta ya kamal akay bari bin den jimo sitale na fano nyim manjangan diuna fano ta ngadun wole jam fata kana fuda ka futan sin tote nyato ko lo mu bari bi nim bi molle mu ala sojaro le foro ba mata ya tocho e ba fule nyimu mansalete manya na challenge exactly lon na men ka wol fonye wolle kan ne ka fonye koy manya na mansa challenge say yo bondi min tole ni mol ci abubakar challenge ki abubakar kila challenge bari ay abubakar adamadi kenso yo adamadi kenso kana fo ko ha almanya na mansa nyimu mansalete e be diamulanya bari mol abubakar challenge ka fo ko e baaje la ko bi mol muslime dul fon les muslime ata ka korop ka mol fasa ke pandunde muslime akoma ke la ego sol e la hypocrite ke fan defendi wala katu nyaton kollo wadu wo nyaton kolle ne so ta muslime mol ko e nyom muslime mol faybe lore ka fay ko Allahu akbar e be nyom muslime o kana teta ala jomale o right dila dina jomale o right dila
no atije
wala tina bini tata muslime banko jamato fitino babeto anu ni fitino wulta wo muslime bankol gan e ka fo damel la ko hawol mu kafirol lati e man tan lodin tonyal ko wolbe ala sosol la bo muslimol bi al ke borin katam mabu wolle koma wala tina bi kelo ko suriya pamoy man ta saudiya de ina da jamar ñol le to france ñol ñil duni be muslimo e manke muslimelti majority bam belief ala fauna bari fele na da yemna freedom o dinna isa idan ka jami'un kata salole la jami'un te ma fanyal kana sale hani na do ku dale ma fanyal kana sale gambia diu men be gambia fan ko ne ka fo e fan misil me diu ne al kana kala dungal kul ete ama wo banko bet lono la tonya kanyadi
bala fa
wo banko ba fan kili no la nyadi misil me banko kendol la misil me banko me yalon ko man sabe tinyaro la ite fauna qur'ano ko e ko lata kula amwalakum bainakum bil batila al kana nyola na kulo do batara ya kono mo dante si ka jamala na fulo domo men yalon ko bo na fulo kele ka men ka fo ko kila ko na le bataro je society ko na al wuli ale society ale bataro nyin kela al bulola na al bulota no al sembo ta no al da ako bar no do ta no al ako ngal sondo mo ko kondira la tamunaka ako huwal ade afli ima wala mu limane ya daw fo bar sa ende la gambia men ka wo bataro kele e ka wolle kele fiti nan tulla na lonnali dina nyaton kol kanna kafu molima men yalo ke be jamala na fulo kasaraka e ka fo man salama len kana wali nyoya sa en te ka wo jama jele ibe mansa e silata mansa nya bari hanita alanya e se ala wali nyo ya bari be bulala mansa no may ka fo ko ala le yamaral so ala fa ke yamara ko e konte soso kat wo mo nin ala ko ala nga fara ko kurun ma ta'awanu ala albirri wa taqwa wala ta'awanu ala al-ismi wal udwan wa mashiyatu rasul ali nyoma ko ku kendo ka ali nyo sembentu ya ala nya silon ka ali kana nyo sembentu ya konnante al nin ku kurun no ala kilo yo foye te kad na foye ko ha nyin dom mum man salati hanna ye buta yela na flotinya e manyan na funti la kamma so das mene ala e molle tombo ka foye ko karde wonyanta ko kurun kila na ya ke al manyan funti la kamma fo ala man tilimba fo ala mo molle tiba man ala men ka foye ko o ma rabbuka bizalami lil abid nde man ken na jon to nyelati misili molle be nyin keka ni diable ko ifele bula kanna alifalla ifele bula kanna nyaton ko la kila birin ala yakina aka birin ayo jita ka fayda al arabu asadul kufra wan nifaqa fa abu akar manke arabot fo umar manke arabot ata kila fo manke arabot kila fama abdullah ibemu arabot abdul muntalib ñol ibemu arabot let bari fa aba fo le ba ñi hari ay arabot le ma janta fo walakin qur'ano ko ya ayyuhallazina amanu kunu qawamina بالكست أتل المسلم والمن يالو قال لا تعالى لا قالوا له تلون كمبا وتلون يا كويكو كونوا خوامين بالكست سودا لله ولو على أنفسكم هن آيات وكوني لا تلفون لك أو الوالدين ولا لا تقولوا لك والأقربين أني لكفوا يولي تدمن توني أمن دا ولا وإن يكونوا غنيا أو فقيرا والله أولى بهما هن ترفوارو لمو ماريتي ولا بنال ماتي ما دام وكوني لا تتلك تونيا لم لولا ينتلا لك bi moli ka fo mole kariya nyine ke ite na ongul be ite umare ku ke be sita lo min barol ke be wurla ha misil moji ko tanyinde fenge bar adam baro lu men na lota ko usen dabo na man fa ata abade ay na bota abade lay na insa yo male lota min baro ka kuma kan fo so bi dino ko to moli ka jube le ko nyanda ka wando ke la jomale la kola nyanda jomale la kuma kurun kondem la ni manyal jomale la kuma kurun kondem muslimu le tombondiro ke fam ba ke kulolla e ka fo mole ko ha man say man sate ke no la alate ala kiline be kering ni man say ala wali jo yay kodi alate alate e be man sa bade la nyame be fuaro bade la wonyal ado ala be be konti bolal ado ala ko yawman la tuziru waziratul wizra al ukhra al kiyama loluna ntemo hella accountable for another man deed momo be held accountable for your own deed so ni te kallo ha man sala mu nyinti ta fenkelaten na ongul tella banko we are in mess mbe fuara ya fen kono fon la baro na daji ko wala yakin kato ala ko adamadi wo adamadi na be nyaton ko tombon nal kono ni aje ko ni ala ko ko teleka to otile mulikul man tashaa nteleka man sayadi mola mendiyatani bara munefo ay munefo أقول إن مكنا في الأرض له آتينا كل شيء الشباب فأتبع الشباب سوف من الدنيا كنا ننت على ليادا نسبب لك أبيلا ده عند البلا وسبب النوم وتنين على كون كمول نتلا كمان ستومبو كمان ستومبو كودين لي نتلا جي كول بنيامنتو والله نينجما بتياتا الجول جماني على كارنياتي ندي مولالي الجيكوني ممولياتا وتنال كمان ستكرون تومبو جما من كتا man satombo mo kurun lamude bawo ban sabu ka fan tombo woto nin ala ko sababu atele kam man satombo telle mo man sa sababu nyilti wala mo electresolti so ni moli ne ka fo ko ha ni mo man salati fo man sabe sira fa na so ko na ala jibril kina kay ko nyetele ke man sat ama
no wata kala yala brother Essa ila kumo beta da itla ya ayo fo la do tutaje je fo mbatu ngaje nyambasi do ngandimba comme ala ko mole ko ning albe kito ini yakunu fakiran au kaniyan ning ko woni membe kito ko da yalla jan sai kaniya mo fankama o molti me ala ko semboso
ay semboso le
comme ça wodo ngodi na kitila la ban wala ngadi president la ban wala ngadi minister la ban sai ala ko ete ko ning atara ko temu fankamalti imu fuarolti mol nyanda tonya folele ko te nyanda son ala la kumola ko ala la kondole tonya fode
le tonya that's it
ama nyanda kala ko ba eventually jira la kondol mo kulu balolti
adu bi wala gambe ko be nyindi awo menate beta e ba kundula e ba fula Essa Jawla hena ka almamol ne because can choose almame ne non la andon tele ne mo ne te audio bon la ko Essa Jawla fele almamol ne ka bare na opinion mu menti katu ala mera kumo kundu ala men fo adama duwe ni aje ala ko nga jahannama parenda ako wala kad jarra ana li jahannama kaseeran min al jinni wal insi lahum qulubun la yafqahuna biha nga jahannama parendi jinnol ni adama dunle yala ma fo ko nga jahannama parendi jinnol ni adama dunay dawodo bare ay munela woka ako jinnol ni adama dun men yalon ko lahum qulubun la yafqahuna biha nga sondo mol le dila hakilol ila wo hakilol buka yusno e fonni ka ku kendo nyi miral woto ilake alma moto makin nan tela hakko botambul na hakilo men ala yatinna that's a natural gift from Allah alama hakili di mola ka fo nafta yen hakilo samba kariye hani walakin na ko nga jahannaba parendi jinnol ni adama dun le men yalo ko lahu qulubun la yafqahuna biha nga sondo mol dile but ila wo sondo mol they cannot use it by their own consent. So woto nin telibe diamu kan men ngaje ko nyin kukurun ku kendo mu mende dite kon teli manyan diamu la wala katun tol mu ignorance la de ke yenna hakilo bondim bulo kon le sila sonna hakilo ni nafale ala ma fo jan ngadi molle la men mu kawan men yalon ko ye londo le soto hanide akola hu qulubun la yafqahuna biha lahum ayunu la yabsiruna biha nganyali kele la wonyali buka ku kendo ni ku jaw bondi no nyoto ni jero
exactly
ujunu la yasma'una biha tuloli bela bari la wotuloli fana ibuka nin kuwo kumo dun daje ibuka alon no ku kuruno kuma kendo lo min fa kuma kuruno comme alikali kon danyal sifal may muna nyole adam barona da ko eko ngombali kala ministre te loya da boko hane imagine ete mo moy loya da bodala ni aje alabuka diamu kensende na onkul imaji ako men yalon ko sondo mol bela tulol bela nga tulol dila nga sondo mol dila nga nyaadi le bu kay mira no e fanye ka ku kendo ni ku kunu bonde nyoto ako be nyille dum la jahannam bare ala example o jube jang ete kata lo mole ko ada nte lafte ke la nyinati loya usen dawo man ete ma moy loya usen dala ma ku nyide le fon kata lo mole nyaati lo na bigo si kuma 5 kilo nyi ila hay kilo ma jeno batu ngata loya nyininka walla fo nyimme fota ku asikeno la fata keno e kata lo e ka fo mole loya usen mo jawolete e be dun ka julo bola zannu nata jan alay mune fo mole inna ba'da zannu ism so the society be tama content.
Good,
go ahead.
Okay, abetat so imani molde sai kamenke ite sondo mo londi tio ite mu londi tio ite mu naful tio bari sai gambe be nyame brother Essa yamera ya fahamba gambe be nyame last week or 2 weeks back state minister aka nde kundu ndeni na doya ndeni na halako ndeni na no aka funde nde sula da munela yemma ko yato Essa I never believe lala.
It's unbelievable definitely.
na me fa ko nde man sula fenne bulu adun ne sula fenne bulu
unbelievable. Ima kafo ko esula da men. Na ongule fana nya data la wulo ngata la nyotema.
No. Omo haramul. The God of condemn. Omo haramul. Because state minister omo kodo men sotala da nendi la ndo kodo ko mun dole.
Yo bi image bin na mol buka so wala nyinin kala. Adam baro kada kafo ko be motol natin dilale. Ha mbe ala account of kodo be naji le kafo nyo Allahu akbar takbir. Goye. Ganda sekol fele Allah akbar fakar moto ne account wala. Ndala
believe menti ani najeri nyaangu menti ndala fonding ko me halon ko ndesem fam balundi no
Gambia
ndesem fam balundi no la dun se mol balundi no le sa mol melte fam balundi no la bi ndala nyanta kodo ka flan nyama kana banko ka kodo jo comme baytil mal lota nyame musulmo la baytil mal lota nyame ndala nyanta kala musulmo fonding keldi ka banko nyina resource nyin ka lafa. So, say kunda state minister soka findi e gafu banku din kliwo ko e lafta munela ngadila banku din nyanta kunina bakel
abala fa wartal
nyanta kunina bakel ngani manka kunda do kulal presidential officer nala molube inyo mo kulubalote keri ninga foten alse sorry
no but this is the truth yalo muneketa because they know that the Gambianol be batala kono. So Gambianol la bata fuara yani bole use as their advantage. They don't even have respect. All they can do ni benate kai kane kane direct mbe kono le dile. Because yalo neko obviously you are suffering.
Okay. Good. Jani ba fronte ko bu kodo de landira. ndela badi njol labo banko kan sante wol do fagal le plano
exactly
adun
andu ite man fo la bal wala ini la cordal
la bal wala da ndela hel jang hanin sa da bunko no jang iminan noma yen samba yen jara yen muruni nan fanan fonna bunko no taban so jola
wallahi
so nde badu wayta lu plano to jofo mey badu la jato ko no chubo ni akasa
am fele sine nya akedanna yalo mo buka fonte akedan ba akedam fonde la jeto hani kajjo men dundi la pay poy fonde kata sang sometimes le tano nyum fonko la jiyo buka soto je
state minister wo ka wila ka fonte ko ila famune la ma ko yato ngadila
abuka malu ite bela do ko le ka wuli kata suba june kata la do ko le taro
ani mukulubali ya balde adun gambia dum fanan be nyanta nyino sabal nyol nyanta nyino lonna nin tuwab karamu sabal la karamu bente nyaado tuwab karawna sabal nyanta lonna lo ko atay fen karane min sabalunde no banko mol social dokulal manyan kala mod wol manyan na fanka mayala
exactly kanyina fo
mel yalon ko wolom lo analti wol kamen so do wala doyata bar say gambia la masakunda kam mo jolle jo banko kan
that's it
brother Essa inde mantra do ko wala jan sande adwata nya karo ben jola wil clean kema fulala
exactly here also the same thing
men na kado la dal ngasama masakunda wil clean kema le ben jola wala
exactly yeah
idela banko kan mele do ko kije fay il treta il pensonta ye funo do gola wol kamen soto among fancy ite din clean ite na si yo mobela hakotinya e kana lo banko alfa na Kenya tilila population e Kenya tilila e ka fo ko nimme kulubali akumo fo jam yalo ni akumo fo ka kole a bari inta banko nyaton kol melbije e man kulu e man kala
respect ko fonte la ko because yalo muneketa e jama be ye positional soto le positional membe bula fa ko ite fonne adna la kilama ko they are not qualified to hold those positions but because of the flawless leadership that's why it is oppositional soto. Because Dusano as a presidential advisor, Sekumbalo, those people never even advise President Barrow. But President Barrow is only paying them with the taxpayers' money just to, to run his political party affairs, nothing else. And when you harabolet, ibete jo kan fenna, imantari mendo kola. Ibe jele, ibe do ko NPP. NPP is not a Gambian government. I can understand.
No.
So say person la kodo ite ka wo ka moli jo wala men bete la political affair ro den ke saba ñul be bo mol la kono because ibu ke mire la sayala andi malon ko lumbene ala be konti bola ñimbela because be jo kam fenne la temen na do ko e be la dimbal balunde ka wala gene jama be je ñim man sa kunda do kula jama be je la ministre jama be je e diuni ko mo ka kasara e ka nake ño dabarolte ño korte fa ñol la soto fionika abu ke ne do na fa pente ka fuarul la naflo ka ikfe ifam banayandi ke diuni banayandi wala.
Exactly. Ado abala fawarta mo be nyande haklo la nyindo de.
Yeah.
Kuran jawol melbe kering kono futu dimiwnu teng chokku dimiwnu bala be dimiw. Broda Essa haramo bukatu mo balo bala.
No.
Haramo bukatu mo bala. Moses la bak alanya. Ibadiw me yalon koy ibadiw no. Inyanda tonyale folay. Abe tinyaro men aya stop. E koy de tonya folaway. Melbe tonya foka woli. E koy kanalo e ko lekelen. Ni manya na kala ni manke muslime ya dande
ñi ne be Gambia
ni na da jube ndolla ñim banko kan batare am be kanje mol mel ñantalo la ka batare ya bay ka fa ko ñing ate kala jam banko la loi ma fo ndolla alfal na kulunya amanyim fo na dino amanyim fo ni tata social life dunya kono dunya mo yala ñanto hukukul insan ni tata banko to itata rabel loi kelinto sa muna na ta Gambia diun a polisol fanninkel ni wilta mel ya lon koy banko diun la na flo na kari ye mol la kodo be tinya ya be batara tinya mo be ya lon ko nyin tinya ta batara wala ka mo man laf ka dia muye
no the certain is soon le protect antenite beti Gambia kono malo fo yolo the thief criminal are more protected than me and you because mune yokenna Adama Barrow fone yokenna bring Adama Barrow fundita kata Senate Martin Lotale fenkoto teleta ko ya bribe 30,000 la sonta wala that day so the person should be sacked from that position. But with all that revelation, Adama Barrow still went ahead and escort us Senate Martin ka KMC la bundakati ama now da wala e jonga West Coast yangu balada watula chairman Yanks. Donga me yalonko, they have evidences, many yalonko blundered the millions of taxpayers' money. The President Barrow went ahead and sent the security police officers to kala moto diakwata West Coast Jawla to tear innocent to throw the tear gas on innocent taxpayers for protecting their properties, all in the name of protecting the criminals. So Adam Barrow encouraged the criminalism and corruption in that country because the criminal and the corrupt people know that they are well protected because the power behind them, that is the Adam Barrow. Those people should will see private docola, but will manya position of holder mazakunda. Jonga wol, but I muneke. I want Jonga Nyol Letake, Samba Banjul, say the Martinol call Samba Makat. So that's meaning he's entertaining the corruption. He's encouraging the corrupt people. Nia Jube Modu Kamara Mayalon Biatelemo Banjula Siote. Ya find corruption during the Manjana time. Wale Lotaka demonstration of Manjana Komanja Fundi Diakuya. Manjaman Fenka Sarake, Munefai, Ekayako Manjambela political Tejaka, in fact, is a UDP sympathizer. Because of more corrupt many alonko, Manjanata Ela corruption than the social security. I manjam bondije, and there was Modu Kamara is the CEO for at the Banjul. And when I see the Gambian, they can Barrow for more Kendall after corruption. Barrow selfie. If you see corruption, if you don't know corruption, if you want to see physical corruption, Barrow himself is the corruption. Barrow for Mamira to the fala. Barrow buke mira ala kuofona. Na ongol akansi akamira ni mira alako ale neko innal mawta alladhi tafirruna minhum fa innahu mulaqikum insaya min albat as ignoring thing abal mutalattere wona ko dal malo ako ñin dunya fewme al nyabala wa ma utitu min shay'in fa mata'ul hayati dunya wa jinatuha wa ma inda allahi khairun abqa fe bañin kanyin dunya ko na fulota man ke fent na manke dunia domoro na enjoy menol te nyarandire fewne bun jawni motoli lumbe na be o moto membe sanka korda kemoli be sunyala e lawo moto mem fo ya sang ibe ne land lawo moto santo le keso kayte dum la kono to e fo na la na me ya say be jindla ka because e ba fale ko e be je non dila le kate landi la jonko ne kono ke sumuna da me ke ku da men adama do te mirala ko yine bente nyato ibe fam fala nyin dunia men kay be dunia nyin ka janni ba soto le be nyin na flo men nyin kay te wasala ete ba mi dem ba soto lu men o katale sa yaye konko e daba konko akoy kon felentire ite mira la nyin bela ite ko ite wasala wala tin ko mole mu bannati mu adama dum me yalon ka wasata it's very sad na uncle abala fa wara batal
abala fa wara point of na da graw social security yeda men fon foten to la jang ni social security ye wala do ko lon jang Gambia la social security ya compare e kala ne ko Gambian tol be 000 minus 0 dol bo wolto
mo men yale ka e ka tek lal ke mo la social security ko do la be ñol don do la yaw la ko
social security man ala do ko
man na ko ni ko lo fo ka fo ko no ñi mu feyaldi
social security ala do ko fo man na kala ñindi ka fo ko ñanta pensionnal dam man na ko le tala jan social security kudo na ketele la du no be e ka be
e ka be jige ka di wolle la
ha jan social security de bar Gambia
la fini akdano soto wolle be marle la fo janni be fala lumen
everything with lot of money and every kokunita ni tale
molla active service Gambia molbe active service for more than that. Oh man yena oncle jolom go ado jawale bari bun ka dole be jan na ko to kelo atele ka nyinge jaje ten ni baju be la do la tango tata man do ko la ben kolla la katan provoke la ka fa nyabe ya mete live bari bun ko la botal kal kunda ya bota jenale atodo njaba kunda broda lalo la broda la ada ben jelani na kan kolne na ka fa nyabe la ya mete live ana kalon gombe live la na fen ko do bar bun kolle kanyinke e ke koli ka fa ko nyabe le be live na oncle Umar bari un gole akoli because koto kenye akakola ka honyo ko nyabe la de amete live akataro ko mfana telefono akataro ngoli ka wala alo gombe live ke ka telefono la akan kola ka honyo nyabe la yamete live Pari na ongul jundanu we are talking in a very important venko. You know. So anyway, mbafula na batro fanfila abe is can off at any time. So Gambia diun alla banko criminal la bolle buloko no mafia many yalo ko they don't have respect ima long iba sambala nyame kimi in dunia mafia collapse be na banko resources loot kan ke diuni jama be je diuni be Angleterre nyol nko la barakanta yajil ke diuni bondi Gambia ko ka samba Angleterre ka faltil diunal tujale ta sama senola ha wo sama seno fight baraka normally sama seno inya sama seno jam momo ko sama sen la te kalo no ko automatically these are rich people. You know, but Gambia ni ko mo sama sen ni ta musu ni una fay ko contact ndeka binde wala e ka wone hende la ñin londe barindin dole jande ka tarle ko hani siyo ma dana ma wala su koy barindi, you know. So anyway na batro filabe banka ngal be greeting to you all, you know. Ali ngana banko kanande malo fale alman Adam Barrow don't care, he's a criminal. Nal ma la banko balbul billahi wallahi talal be albeni misala al diwul te dula so law banko kam ngale ñin kalilu wage Kadim Gay, Siring Gay, Nilebe Gambela property Babe Sanka, Senegal, Mfon la Bankoka. Because they have a connection with Adam Barrow. Nali I remember 2021 before the election, Adam Barrow be siri moto kona kafa fanya billahi Kadim Gay Moma Jenabi, Otobi billahi bu besla man, Otobuna isla. As a president, a business yes, sir. But ungal bula na batro fela be faka anytime. So I'm greeting to you all, you know, for what